Okay. Thank you for joining me here at Sungrand. Today I'll be playing the latest game that I've developed and launched. The Hero of Destiny was killed by the final boss. I will be giving away 10 copies of the game. Let me see if I can just bring back my, let's see where I have my giveaway. Let's see here. I have a little indicator that tells me where the giveaway count is. Let me go ahead and just bring that back in just a moment. Empty symbol. Hey, how's it going? A game dev ASMR respect. I appreciate you coming to hang out. So I'm just going to configure my settings here just to get my webcam back. Okay, looks like it is having a little bit of a tantrum here. We have game recording. I have my webcam here. Maybe I'll just go ahead. So what we'll do today is we'll play my game. We'll give out some copies of the game here. So this is my latest game. Let me know if the music is ever out of balance or let's see here. All right, we got some chill tunes here. I've got music from the games that I've developed, and these are the soundtracks I've created. We can listen to those while we play the game. And if you haven't heard of this game yet, if you'd like to give it a try, I'll go ahead and give you a copy. Just let me know if you would like a copy of the game for Switch or Steam. Okay, let's see if I can get my display count there. Let me just configure this very quickly. Effect display. I'm back. Okay. Hey, Marion Yak, how's it going? Am I saying that right? If you like the music, a lot of this music, you can listen to this music for free on Bandcamp. These are music from my Silver Falls games. I've had so many people asking me to remaster the Silver Falls games and bring them to the Switch. Most of the Silver Falls games are on the 3DS and Wii U. You can play some on the Switch. The music, people tell me, is just, they really, really enjoy the music from that. So there are 2 Silver Falls soundtracks you can listen to for free on Bandcamp. Hey, Justin McDaniel, how's it going? Music could turn Tad, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me know if the music is ever out of balance. I have a difficult time telling her. I can look at the audio levels here. So again, if you guys want a copy of this, this is my latest game. This is the Hero of Destiny was killed by the final boss. I'm going to share some tips with you. We are going to try to get my team ready for the final boss, and I'll try and get through the final boss, and we can start hitting some Colosseum. There's 2 core appeals to this, is building up your team, and it's possible you will have to switch members around to get through the final dungeon. This game is designed more as a puzzle because you are hugely underpowered. Your characters are not designed to be heroes, right? So that's why you need 8 of them, and they all have specific skills that allow you to basically solve a puzzle, to cheese past certain difficult parts of the game. This is the end of the game. So if you don't want your characters to have permadeath, you can turn off permadeath through the settings. And you can also turn on high res mode. Otherwise it has a very traditional pixelated look. So I have a couple hours into this. We played this on stream before. Is it also on Switch 1 or Switch 2? This is available on the original Switch. So if you would like to have a copy of it, let me know. I'll give you a copy if you just want a copy of it. I'll give that to you. Or you can check it out on the eShop yourself. I can give you a copy on Steam or Switch if you'd like, so just let me know. Yeah, okay. So these, okay, we'll have a look at my party members here, and I might hide this one thing here, that's the box art here. Okay, so the characters I have are storyteller, astrologist, sculptor, geologist. I do have the signpost. If you, some people sent me messages and they said, "Dude, I can't believe a signpost is a playable character in a game." So yeah, you can get a signpost as one of your playable characters. He has existential dread. He's not sure why he exists. He doesn't know why he has sentience. And I think that's something that we can all agree with. So every character, if you press the X button, I'm playing this on Switch 2, but it is available on the original Switch as well. Nothing against the Switch 2, but the Switch Lite feels so great to handle. 100% absolutely with you, the Chocolat Blanc. Something about the Switch 2 feels like a great handheld console. What I really like about it is that there are so many custom shells that you could get online. So I don't have a retail Switch Lite, I have a development Switch Lite for development. One day I will pick up I did have one retail Switch Lite, but I gave that to the neighborhood kid if he got really good grades. I said, show me a bunch of A's on your next report card, the kid that lives next door. I said, show me a bunch of A's on your next report card. If you get really good grades, I'll give you a Switch and Smash Bros. And so a couple months went by and he rushes over, he's, knocks on my door, he shows me his report card, and he goes, oh, look at my grades, Here you go. Here's a Nintendo and Smash Bros. So every character has different, you can have up to 8 characters, right? And they all have some ability that can help you in some way. On their own, there's no character that's really great on their own. So I just randomly picked characters. What we can do is we can reset if you want at some point and then just pick new characters. But there are 2 skills here that are absurdly useful. So I view this game as a bit of a deck builder in that you're kind of building a deck like you're playing a card game, and there's a lot of strategy to it. So with Hurry Up, the cooldown time when a character uses an ability, say for example the birder. So this is a summoner type character. She calls out a duck. What if I want another duck sooner? So you can see how the cooldown meter, I'll do another ability, right? Like that. And you can see cooldown meters appear for those characters, right? If I use another Hurry Up, you can see how it chips away. It reduces that cooldown meter like crazy. Now I can call out another duck without having to wait my full cooldown time. You see what I mean? So if you see characters that have the cooldown meters, that have the Hurry Up skill, absurdly useful. I've been meaning to finish the website so you can view all of the characters' skills and abilities. I'm so busy. I'm so busy developing my next game, which is Top 15 Caving Disasters. I'm working on a number of games simultaneously. I have Goo Buddies. I have the Silver Falls remasters. I'm working on new Silver Falls games. So I'm so busy, and I unfortunately have not had time to finish the website for this, but I eventually want to have it to where you can view all of the characters on the website, and that way you can see the abilities and the weapons. Every character's weapons have different special traits to them. So you can see every character has 2 weapons, right? So if you hold down the button, you direction lock, and you can keep moving. This is something that's a dream feature for me. This game fulfilled a lot of my wish list for action RPGs. One thing I really wanted, I wanted just like a massive army of characters to play as, but characters that are not just throwaway nobodies. The joke is that they're supposed to be throwaway nobodies, yet they're still unique in some way in terms of gameplay mechanics. So I want a massive party, and this is what I want. I want free movement and direction locking for attacking in something that just feels so satisfying. So we'll walk outside, we'll start beating up some goo enemies, and I'll catch up with the chat. But if you're requesting a download code for this game, and I miss your comment, just let me know. Just comment again, and then I'll catch it. So there's a couple tutorial books here, and I am working on an update for this with some features that people have requested. So if you check this blue book here, they'll tell you some things. You can read that. It'll help, explain the basics to you. We'll just skip past it. It explains that you can increase your weapons level and your armor level. This green one tells you what your weapon types do, so it reminds you. So the book weapon, it can briefly prevent enemies from using special attacks. So if an enemy has like a big, like a thunder blast or something, and there's a bunch of electricity, you hit him with the book, and then he won't be able to use his special attack. There's other weapon types as well. Say, for example, there's someone throwing a ball with a ribbon on it. That ribbon type, when you hit an enemy with a ribbon, the ribbon type weapon prevents the enemy from grabbing you. So the ribbon is extremely useful. I strongly recommend having at least one character that has a ribbon type weapon, because there are enemies that are designed to just be so frustrating because they can grab. So this is my form of an elemental system. I didn't want to do a generic rock paper scissors element system. We have that. We've had that for decades. We already know what that's like. I wanted to give people something interesting. I want to make sure that when people engage with the game on not just an intellectual level but a mechanical level, that people have something fun to think about. There's something interesting to think about. So that is my form of rock paper scissors. Is there's enemy types that can really just screw you up. They can jack you up, and you have a way to deal with that. You can look at an enemy and say, oh, that enemy grabs. I'll use a character that has a ribbon. Let me go through my party, see if anyone else has a ribbon here. Okay. I have some throwing here. I have the guy with the ribbon ball. That's the delivery man. The ribbon ball is absurdly good because it is the only projectile ribbon. Other characters have like a ribbon wand where they can sort of hit them with a ribbon. There's a ribbon hoop, but the ribbon ball has really good range. So it's a bit of a roguelike. No, this has nothing to do with the roguelike. Your progress is persistent. It's closer to, I would say it's like a Zelda mixed with a Final Fantasy in terms of spirit. But the game itself, I wanted it to have its own unique identity in terms of how you engage with it, how you think about it. It's more similar to a Zelda. And it doesn't have any roguelike qualities or anything like that. Hey Tim, how's it going? It was cool you made Samus, Alex, and Proto Man. We'll do that on the next stream. We'll make some more fun characters next time. Love that Dithered Highlights and Shadows has a retro feel without dithering the entire screen. That took so much time adjusting that, because there's a lot of fine tuning you have to do. I achieved that effect with a post-screen shader, and what the post-screen shader does is it takes the whole image, it basically takes a picture of the screen and then it reduces the color palette. So this is restricted color palette, and that's how I'm able to achieve that, and that's combined with dithering, and that takes a lot of fine-tuning, because if you're not careful, it's going to look like crap, you know? Hey, Cornbean, what's up? I saw your channel update video a few months ago, and it's cool to see you're doing well. I appreciate that. Thanks very much. Thanks for coming to hang out. Kriv, hey, just want to say your analysis videos are great. Really opens my eyes to game decisions on systems. Thanks for all you do. Thanks very much. Thank you so much for enjoying the channel. I just want to bring people something interesting to watch. Primarily, I want to make people laugh, so it's important to me that I keep a straight face, because that means that allows my punchlines to be super effective if I can keep a straight face. So. But I really want to help people with art and game development, because when I was a kid, this is the job that I knew that I wanted. I played Breath of Fire on the Super Nintendo, and I said, I need to make video games when I grow up. I want to make video games just like this. I want to make something cool for people to play. And so that's been on my mind, and I've had careers in other areas, and it's important to me that I've had those experiences, because it allows me to have a more broad and full perspective of the world, so that I can apply that to my art and the way that I consider my work. But game development is where my passion is in terms of my career. Elenon, hey, how's it going? Tim, I want you to know that you're really inspirational. Thanks, I appreciate that, Tim. I love your passion and hard work you put into these live streams and games. Look, it's just fun hanging out with you guys. You know, I've said it before, but it can be a real drag, because I sit and stare at the screen the entire day working, and it's not all programming. You know, there's your graphics, there's your audio, but I've been doing a lot of programming lately, and that really chips away at your sanity, and you can only do a few non-stop days of programming before you gotta talk to people, you know. And I recently, I wanted to make a video to discuss this, but I recently got kicked out of my local pub because there's new owners. Brand new owners bought the local pub. They just came in, and it turned out it was a big company, and I play in a couple different Irish groups, right? And we go to the pub in the evening, and we play an Irish session for a few hours. We all have instruments, we do songs, And in one of our pubs that we go to every week, new owners came in, and then they just didn't want us there. And it's a real bummer. We had been there for like 7 years, I think. So yeah, I recently got kicked out of my local pub, and that's a little bit of a bummer, you know. So that's something where that's something I do outside of work. You know, you have to go out, you have to socialize, you have to spend time with real people. And that's something I really enjoy. And having lost that, it's been a real bummer. So we've been looking for a new pub. So when you're playing this game, keep an eye out for these. I've already picked that up, but that is a sphere of heartiness that increases your max HP. So these characters start out hugely underpowered. Look around. I reward the player for exploring, for going off the path. If you stay on the path, it will lead you directly to the final dungeon. So you can't get lost, right? But if you go off the path, you get rewarded with spheres of hardiness. Increases the max HP for everyone in the party. The chocolat blanc. Hey, I also have a bit of random question. I have a job in IT, nothing crazy. However, I do use Claude Code / I don't know what Claude Code is. AI Daily. Did you find any use out of those tools or not really? Claude is AI, isn't it? So I'm a bit old, so I developed my skill set before AI, but I have looked into it. You know, I don't personally use AI except for making like joke background for the channel here. So sometimes you'll see a background. Sometimes I'll make the backgrounds myself. Sometimes I'll take photos, and sometimes if it's something outlandish, then I'll use an AI generator to create the background. And the reason why is that this YouTube channel, this is not my primary work. I don't use, if it's something professional, if it's something I consider art, I don't use AI. I feel there is a place for AI. I think recreational use for AI. I think there's a place for that. Humor for AI. I think there's a place for that, absolutely. And I don't make my living through making these YouTube videos. You know, this is just this is something fun that I can do for you guys. We can hang out, I can share my projects with you, we can have a laugh. So I'll use AI sometimes to create the backgrounds. When I did the Papa Meat parody video, I used AI to generate the thumbnail. Again, I think recreational use for AI, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's a place for that. But for my work, I take my work very seriously. There's no AI involved at all with my work. And people have asked me, should they be using AI to learn? Absolutely not. The reason being is that AI does not have an understanding. It is a false sense of intelligence. It's a false sense of wisdom. And it is belligerent. And AI will steer you wrong. When you are wrong, AI will reinforce it. It will not help you make corrections. So AI is not appropriate for learning. And you don't even need it because we have humans that will teach you. You can learn on your own, and you can learn with the assistance of other humans, but AI will 100% steer you in the wrong direction, and it will keep steering you in the wrong direction. So I don't use AI for my actual work. I'll use it for joke backgrounds for my videos here on the channel. Marian Yak. How am I saying this right? Marian Yak? I love making games, but it's definitely a hobby for me. Yeah, not everyone is going to be a commercial games developer. There are hobbyists that make games. It's in the same way that people make homebrew beer. Oh, I don't have a net. Okay, let me check my party. Hold on. So this guy throws projectiles. If you have someone with a catching net, they can catch projectiles. Those are magic balls. Magic balls are what you use to upgrade some of your equipment. I only have 50 magic balls. So unfortunately, I don't have a net. Let me see if I have a way to stop this guy from throwing projectiles. Befuddle. So if I befuddle, so I've hit him. And then if we take a look, it stops an enemy from throwing projectiles. Let's go ahead and test that. And you can see I've hit him with Befuddle. You can see he's no longer throwing projectiles at me. So I give people a couple different ways to deal with enemies. You can either use a weapon that stops them from throwing projectiles, or you can have a character that has the Befuddle skill. So that's how I'm able to get him to stop throwing projectiles. There are enemies that have projectiles that will just jack you up, man. They do a lot of damage. So I personally kind of prefer having a long-range party. If we take a look at this, I'm going to run away from this enemy. If you have a look at next to the names of the characters, next to the health, you see a little red diamond. That lets you know that you're locked on. So if I use this, I'm going to use this rock throw. You can see that my character turned around and he locked onto the enemy. So if you have that red diamond, it means you're locked onto an enemy. The last enemy that you engage with is the one that you lock onto. If you use a projectile ability, your party member will lock onto that enemy. You don't need to aim it. It's funny when you voice acted the Danganronpa 2 characters. We can play Danganronpa again in the future. Marignac, I only use AI is Synth V AI, which is an ethically trained voice synthesizer. Fantastic. Has a cool sound like its own instrument rather than an actual voice. That's interesting. We started having synthesized voices. I think that started in the late 70s. There's a place for technology, but we need to be really careful with what we promote and enabling corporations, because corporations are anti-human, they're anti-consumer. We need to be careful what we champion and what we enable, because we could end up ruining the world for ourselves by letting the corporations steamroll us. So there's a balancing act. Corporations do provide us with products, and they also take advantage of people, and they cannibalize culture, is what corporations do. I already picked this one up, so make sure you go off the path a little bit. I don't have anyone with any healing, so I could end up losing some of these characters because they're pretty low level. So I strongly recommend, when you first start the game, I'm going to go back to town here. When you first start out the game, I strongly recommend going to the right of town. There's an area specifically designed so that you can level up a little bit here. Okay, let me just kill this. Oh crap, okay. So I'll hit that guy, I'll let them lock on, and I'm actually, you should be using your abilities all the time. These stop you from getting killed, right? Okay. I should have been using my duck, I should have been using these all the time, And then we'll watch how the lock-on system works. Again, locked on. You see he turned and he locked onto the enemy with it. Sorry if my channel name is weird. There's nothing wrong with that. I need to fix the capitalization. Maronya. Okay, channel. Maronya. Okay, thank you. Another great use I'm trying to read that. Another great use for AI I found is taking a picture of whatever left you got in your fridge, and it gives you honestly great recipes. Okay, I haven't heard of that, but that's pretty cool. That's super useful. I really enjoy baking and making cookies, and I generally don't follow a recipe. What I do is I have a section of my cupboards that's just ingredients for cookies, and then when I do bake cookies, I'll just randomize what I put in the cookie. If you need to restore, you get free health here. Ivo, hey, how's it going? Yeah, if anyone would like a copy of the game, if you'd like a download code, just let me know. I can give you a copy for the Switch or Steam. I think the links for those digital stores are in the description. I am working on an update, so I have finished the update, and now I'm implementing it on the Switch version. So right now, if you want to clear your party, the only way to do it is remove everyone from the party. So people have requested to be able to remove party members one at a time, so I've just finished programming that. So I'm doing all the testing around that now, and then I'll be rolling that out. So right now I'm just going to remove all the party members, and then I'll try and find some characters that I think are going to be good to actually try to finish the game. So I'm going to look around and see who has good levels here. Let's see here. You press L to recruit. He's level 3. Well, that's pretty low. What level is this? Delivery man, level 5. Level 5 is okay. Generally, like, once you're around, I think when you're in the teens, like 10, 15, you could claw your way through the final dungeon at that level. It's good to have summoners. Let's see, Beastkeeper, 11. That's going to be a good character. Walter, how are you going to get those robots to pay union dues? Rather quickly hit back. Henry, how are you going to get them to buy your cars? It's correct. You know, the CEOs up top, the reason why they're pushing AI in workplaces so much is because if CEOs are able to cut costs and show that there's a higher revenue in that financial year, then they get bonuses. The CEOs get rewarded for cutting costs, and they don't care what negative effect it has on the industry that they're working in. Level 0, I'll take characters that are already sort of built up. They don't care about the negative effect that they have on us, on the workforce, on the people that are buying and using the products. They don't care, because those people, they're going to leave that company and they're going to have a golden parachute. So this is why we need to push back against AI in the workplace. And it's unfortunate, it's really unfortunate that we're in this position right now. But, I think what's important is that we focus on staying positive. we champion human art and human efforts, I think that is something that we can do that's well within our power. And that's right now, that's one of the only ways that we can push back against corporations and their overreach. Only paid humans buy products. It's true. A lot of my favorite places, I really enjoy adventuring, just driving around, finding little towns, finding saloons and restaurants, and exploring it and meeting people. And that's one of my favorite things to do, and that's going to disappear. If we let corporations keep using AI to get rid of people, to get rid of jobs, we're going to lose all of that, because people will not be able to afford to go out. You know, things are already tough right now. A little bit of a bummer, you know, but you know what? Keep a smile on your face. You've got to find a way to stay positive. Make sure you check your equipment as well. So you press the minus on here, and you can see you have equipment. You can level up the equipment, which I will do in a moment. See, I have levels on my weapons as well. So make sure if you have a party that you're going to attempt the final dungeon with, you go ahead and level that up. I don't think I used the Gravedigger much yet, so let's check his level. That's level 1. We're going to say no to that. If you want the signpost in your party, go ahead. You'll find the signpost there. You can recruit him. There's only one sentient signpost. You can check the graves here. Here lies Long. He loved drinking milk. Meronia. I know I can get a free copy from the giveaway, but I think I'll buy a copy of the game instead. Hey, I really appreciate that. Thanks so much for that. You know, and the reason why I do these giveaways is that, oh look, a lot of people are students, right? And they have to focus on, this school is expensive. A lot of people, you know, they have families and they just don't have a lot of money for gaming. This is just recreation, right? These days it's a luxury hobby. And it sucks when there's something you want to play and your budget is already exhausted, because you have to prioritize. You have to be an adult and you have to prioritize the things that are important, and taking care of your family, making sure that they're comfortable, that they have food and their school supplies. That's important. And it sucks, right? It's a really crappy feeling when there's things that you want to do, but you just don't have it in your budget for it. And that's why I offer the free giveaways, you know? I just want to bring something positive to other people. And to me, it's to make sure that I never go down the AAA route of only caring about profit. This is what the AAA industry is. They only care about revenue. They don't care about the quality of the product right now. This is not the direction that AAA is going. And so for me, doing this is a way to make sure that I never follow them down that route, and to bring something positive to other people. You know, if I could just make games and give them out for free, that would be a dream, right? But I have to pay my bills as well. And I hate telling people to buy my games. I really hate it, you know, and hate is such a strong word, but it is something I actively hate, is I don't do it very often. I know there's a lot of people that enjoy watching the videos, and you know, you might have noticed I don't talk about my games that often because I don't like telling people to buy my stuff. 0. I do need a healer though, so I'm just checking. Right now I'm just checking for levels. Fisherman. Dancer here. I'd like a copy for Steam. Sure, let me go ahead and grab a copy of Steam for you. Okay, get to my documents. Okay, this is Steam. There you go. Okay, go ahead and redeem that. That's for Steam. Lardis, I sent a message last month on Instagram about it. Oh, sorry about that. I try to check Instagram. I don't actually use social media. I don't use the internet that much, so I apologize for that. Let me know, Lardis, let me know here in the chat. The priest isn't a healer. No, believe it or not, because this is not magical. These characters don't have magic. And I wanted to approach this in a way to where you organically felt that these were not typical RPG heroes. We expect the priest to be a healer, don't we? You'd think, oh, he'd use prayer magic. But these are not the heroes, these are the NPCs, and that's why I've specifically built these characters in a way that organically lets you know these are not heroes, these are the NPCs. So here's what the priest has. He has rock throw and he has pray. And pray is not very useful, right? But what it can do is it can insta-kill ghosts. There are ghosts that are very hard to defeat, and they're here. And there are certain spots where they will just jack you up. They could ruin your run through the final dungeon. But if you have Prey, you can insta-kill the ghost. So that's why there is this. Now, this ability is interesting that we're bringing this up. Originally, that was the only function of this move, but it was too useless, only affecting one enemy. So very late in development, I actually fine-tuned this ability so that it briefly prevents enemies from using projectiles or special attacks. Doesn't last very long, but it's something. So that was a way to balance this ability to at least give it some use outside of insta-killing ghosts. Otherwise, he only has Rock Throw. And Rock Throw is pretty good. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. You can zone enemies out with the Rock Throw, so that's pretty good. I'm still looking for characters that are pretty high level, so let me see here. 5? I know that I've got characters in the 11s, I think. I'm going to keep looking around. Did I fully... I wasn't even... I was chatting to everyone. Hey, Less Than Pi, how's it going? I was chatting to everyone, so I didn't even check everyone's levels here. Let me check the Sailor here. You want me to go 0? Did we check this Sailor? So this is a reference to Sailor Moon. I'm a big Sailor Moon fan. So this is... level 4 Sailor. Okay, that's a Sailor there. Okay, did I check that? Oh, it looks like I checked all of them, so they must have been the level. Incubus, thank you so much. Look, keep in touch. I'm going to share tips and tricks, so let me know what you think of the game. I really hope you enjoy it. Remember, go to the right side of town where you can... It's designed to level grind. There's even a character that will tell you that you can level grind there. You know, she'll sort of say, oh, the hero of Destiny was standing in the field killing slimes all day. You know, it was weird. Oh, Sirbag, sure, I'll get you a copy here. Sirbags, there you go. Hey, cool cloud profile pic. Nuka 5104. Sungrand, my local town has strict council control. No McDonald's allowed. Whoa, I like that a lot. Oh yeah. There is hope in regulation. Yeah, look, it's the squeaky wheel that gets the grease, right? So a squeaky wheel gets the grease, but a broken wheel gets replaced. So you have to keep that in mind as well. A squeaky wheel gets the grease, but a broken wheel gets replaced. Sirbags, I hope you enjoy. I hope you have a lot of fun. Remember, though, if you haven't seen this game before, it has permadeath on by default, and if you don't want permadeath, you can turn that off in the options. And let me know if the music's ever too loud. I'm watching the levels here, but it's difficult for me to tell if the music is ever overly loud. Okay, so let's see if Lumberjack is... no. So right now, and remember, there's equipment all around town. They all do different stuff. They let you know what the equipment does. You can level up the equipment. Some of the equipment is designed to just boost your HP like crazy. So there's so many different ways to approach this game. There's so many strategies that you can take, and all the characters do allow you to solve problems in different ways. I'm just seeing who has different... I'm seeing who has the highest levels, and I'm going to try. Jimmy! Hey, how's it going? What's the story about? In this story, the hero of Destiny was killed, and the monster attacks are getting worse. So the townspeople decide that they should try to stop the final boss themselves. So that's what the story is about. But there's much more to it than that. It's not just, oh, we're going to go and kill them. There is more to it, and I don't want to spoil it, you know. But there's some exploration of theme of purpose. There's a little bit of existential dread and identity, and much of the story of this is how the king of the kingdom here has basically told everyone your life revolves around the hero of Destiny. You have to do whatever he wants. You know, there are characters who say things like, "Oh, yeah, the hero of Destiny just came into my house and broke all my vases, but the king says to just let him do whatever he wants." So the hero of Destiny is an absolute menace in this world, and he's just going around taking people's stuff out of their houses, and no one is allowed to say anything. They're not allowed to argue or stop the hero of Destiny. So you get to explore that theme. And when the hero of Destiny is killed, all of these people sort of say, wait, well, my whole life, though, was supposed to revolve around the hero of Destiny, so what am I supposed to do now? So there's an exploration of that a little bit, and I think something like that is interesting. I think there's so much that you can do with that, and you get to see these characters deal with that. You know, it gives me Mother 2 vibes on NES. Hey, that's a big compliment, you know. And the colors in this game, there are only 52 colors. You will not see any other colors on screen other than the original 52 colors that were on the NES. So this has only 52 colors on screen. I'll come back and enhance my armor later. So the reason why there is not a character select screen, I could have programmed a character select screen where you select on the list. And the reason why I didn't just make a list is because that's what we expect. We expect that from a video game, from a typical video game. We expect to go open a list in a menu and select our hero. But these are not heroes. And I wanted to give the player the feeling that this is not a typical quest for heroes, and one way to do that was to not have a list of heroes to pick from, because these aren't heroes. They should not be able to function as heroes, and so you actually have to manually go and get the NPC yourself. To me, that was a way to make the world feel more connected, that these characters live with each other and talk to each other, and it's a way to make it feel different from a typical video game, because we've all played a video game. We understand what a game should feel like. Subvert expectations. Not necessarily to subvert expectations. It's to use your expectations in a way to communicate with you, to let you know something, to let you understand something. So subverting expectations is not something that I consider, and you're gonna have to pardon my French here. I think subverting expectations is fucking annoying. It is the most obnoxious trend, and I fucking hate it. So you'll have to pardon my French there. I feel very strongly on this. It annoys me to no end when you see a smug director, right? A smug writer, a smug director, and I know you guys have seen it in interviews where the director will have this smug-ass look on his face, go, I subverted everyone's expectations in Star Wars. I just wanted to subvert expectations. It doesn't matter if you subverted expectations if the thing that you have done is complete garbage. If you've written a Star Wars movie that's total shit, if you've made a video game that is total shit, it doesn't matter that you've subverted my expectations. You've made something that sucks. Nothing about it is redeeming. I feel very strongly about that. You see me getting quite heated because a lot of my favorite IP have been ruined by morons who think that subverting expectations is something that you should aim for. Do not aim for it because it does not contribute to quality. It does not make a good experience. It just means that you've done something unexpected. Doing something unexpected does not necessarily mean it's good. You go to a restaurant, that you see me getting worked up about this now. You go to a restaurant that serves your favorite spaghetti, right? Spaghetti bolognese. You go to say, I love this place. I come here every month, at least once or twice a month, get my favorite plate of spaghetti. One day they come out and there's a pile of dog shit. And they say, here you go. I have subverted your expectations. Yeah, you did. I was expecting my favorite plate of spaghetti, and you served me a plate of dog shit. So my expectations have been subverted. Quiet Coast. Get the fundamentals right first. 100% Quiet Coast. You've said it. You have to get the fundamentals right. 100%. That is more important than anything else, is the end experience. To me, the absolute most important thing about anything that you create, that you are serving to other people, is the end experience. I love the theme. How many of us felt like NPCs in life? Nuka. You get it. So there is that aspect in here, is that these people keep saying, I'm not a hero, you're not a hero, you shouldn't be doing this, you're not the hero, you're just an NPC. But by the end of it, you do defeat the final boss, and nobody makes a big deal out of it. And that is one of the overarching themes in this, is you do not have to be a hero to be a hero. If you know what I mean. You do not have to be labeled a hero. You don't have to have people cheering you on. You don't have to have people worshiping you in order to be a hero. All it takes to be a hero is to just do the job and don't make a big deal out about it. And that's one of the themes that you have here. And I think a lot of people have found that, and they found it interesting. And I want this to feel empowering in a way, is that none of these people are getting any special treatment. They're not being cheered on, they're just normal people. But at the end of the day, it's the normal people that defeat the final boss and get the job done. And I wanted that to feel mechanically satisfying. And the game has been designed so specifically to feel that way. I need to make sure that my party has... Okay. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Let me check this guy's level. The accountant, yeah. I just want people that are already high level. I'm being a level snob right now, because I am going to attempt the final dungeon now. Okay. Are we sure the Dark Wizard isn't the hero for stopping him from stealing all the rupees? There's actually no currency in this game. There's no rupees. I don't know if anyone has really honed in on it, but I made very sure that there's no use of currency. And in my mind, the reason why I had considered that was that the rupees should only be for the hero. The hero uses the rupees, and that enforces this feeling that the world revolves around the hero, and you're a nobody. And I think that was just a fun way to mechanically and organically show the world doesn't revolve around you, it revolved around the hero. The hero was the only one that gets to use the currency, whatever the rupees or gold were, you know. I think that's funny as well, that you don't get to buy anything. Andrew Robinson, I love this game so much, I'm about 4 hours in. Hey Andrew, I'm so glad you're enjoying it, I really appreciate that. I like let's see here. Hold on, I missed a comment. Maronia, I'm gonna lurk while I work on my pixel RPG in Godot. Hey, awesome! Hey, I have a Discord. If you want to share your project with us, share it in Discord. Good luck on the stream and good luck in your artistic endeavors. Best of luck to you as well. Keep in touch. Let me know how your projects are going. Okay, I'm gonna catch up with the chat. Ray, hey, good to see you. And they want you to like it too. Exactly. They get mad when they serve you a pile of dog poop. They get mad when you don't love it, and they say, "Oh, you're a bigot." Excuse me, you served me a plate of dog poop, and now I'm a bigot for not eating it and enjoying it. And then you want me to worship you because you've served a plate of dog poop. I'm sorry, that's my fault, I guess. Every modern Netflix adaptation in a nutshell. Oh, Netflix frustrates me. They have the potential to do so much good, and they are producing just the laziest made stuff, you know. Can somebody please be high? Because I picked up a level 11 character, right? So I have to have more. Otherwise, I'm just going to grind out some levels here. No, yeah, it's... Here's the thing, like, I've played through this game so many times, so I don't know what state this is in. That's my problem right now, is I don't know... I've played through this game at least 40 times. So... You know, when you play a game, you know what state your party is in. You know who's weak, who's strong, you know all of that. I don't know it. I don't know what this save file is because I've played through the game so many times. Okay. I'm not even thinking about the abilities. Like, you should think about the abilities, right? You need to think about the weapons and the abilities. Right now, I'm just looking for high levels. Okay. She's level 0... Did I check the weapon purifier? I'm not sure if I checked her. Duck. I wanted more prism scales. Pokemon much? Oops, I clicked out too soon. Okay. We want spaghetti and a free dessert. Thank you for long-time support. No spaghetti and may subvert expectations is the sign of an insecure person who feels they can't live up to an ideal, so they act like they're above it by subversion. I think that is quite astute, and I think there is something to that, you know? Yeah. Maronia, I'd love to share my game once I make some decent progress. I'll check out Discord. Yeah, you know, we have plenty of people just making stuff, you know? They're doing it as hobbies, or people that are trying to pursue game development more full-time. So, yeah, check out the Sungrand Discord. Come and hang out with us. I just want to make sure, so I have a summoner character here. That's the birder. So I'm just going to make sure her equipment is the frilly shirt. If you check this here, this is the frilly shirt. This frilly shirt extends the duration of your summon. So if you want a summoner build, absolutely give them the frilly shirt. You can also power up your summons and make them last longer by checking the summoning crystallium. Let's see. I don't know if I have any fire gems. Let me see. Ooh, yes, I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enhance the warmth of the summoning crystallium washes over your body like a tidal wave. Okay? And that's how you can actually make your summons stronger. So there are ways to enhance your characters that feel a little bit, you know, like you are actually building up characters, because I didn't want this to feel like a joke game, like, oh, you have to use the NPCs, ha ha ha. You run the risk of, oh, this is just a joke game, but by having meaningful and genuine mechanics like this, to me that's so satisfying to just see the numbers on your character go up and then watching them get stronger and stronger. So you'll see this guy flicker in. This is how I was able to implement 50 characters in an environment and to have a bit more optimization. You see sometimes a character will flicker in because they're farther from the viewing camera, and then sometimes you might see them flicker in for just a second. So what he's doing is he's not visible. That stops the animator from existing. It makes sure that if the character is a certain distance from the viewing camera, his game object is disabled entirely. That means that the animator's not even processing. Everything is disabled on that character. There is a glitch, though. That's resulted in a glitch. You see how his eyeballs are sinking? His eyeballs are sinking down. So that is a glitch that I was not able to fix because I was trying to find the cause of the glitch. And this is something that I think is important to discuss with game development, is I wasted so much time trying to find the cause of the glitch, why the eyeballs were sinking. You see that his eyeballs have sunk lower? And before shipping the game, I was not able to find the cause. I've still been looking around. I haven't been able to pinpoint the exact cause of the eyeballs sinking, but I have been able to fix it now, and in the next update it will be fixed. And the way I fixed it was, I didn't find the cause, I simply used brute force to prevent it from happening. And you can brute force correct something. And so in my code, there is a code that the programming that controls the eye blinking. So what brute force logic is brute force basically, it's just going to brute force reverse the effects of whatever that is. So the eyes, I've wasted so much time trying to figure out the cause, and it's going to be a number of things that are interacting with each other in an unpredictable way. And so I fixed that by, instead of those things are still interacting in that way, but now I've added code that keeps the eyes, the source of the eyes, the actual eye objects, they are locked in position. So they cannot be moved no matter what. And that happens every step. Every frame of the game, the eyes are returned. What's happening is the game remembers the position of the eyeballs, and it keeps that in memory, because, okay, I know exactly the starting position of the eyeballs. Every frame, it's going to return the eyeballs to that exact position. That's called brute force. That's not always the best solution, but sometimes it is the best solution. And in this case, it's a very easy and simple solution. And I know that no matter what else goes wrong, the brute force solution will prevent that glitch from happening. So that's how I was able to fix the eyeballs. So it's not in this build, but the game will be updated and it'll be fixing some things. So now I'm just going to be a little smarter here. I'm just going to pick characters now, since I can't see anyone that's high level right now. I'm going to pick characters that I think are just going to be useful for the run. So he has a healing, which is really useful. I'll be taking that, and I want a ranged character. I just want to try and zone people out. So having characters that have the hoop is a very good weapon. So I think I might grab the female sailor. That sounded like I was threatening. Like I'm threatening to kidnap the female sailor. No, I'm going to recruit the female sailor to my party. She's level 4. That's fine. She's got a good ability here. She's got throwing, So let's see. I've got a pebble. The delivery man has the ribbon ball, and you can see that hoop there. This is my dream weapon. Like I said before, this game, there's a lot of wish fulfillment in this game for me in terms of weapons and the hoop. And people have told me that's their favorite weapon, is the hoop, the throwing hoop. It lingers in place for a little bit, but hoop weapons also reduce enemy movement for a short time. So not only do you get space control, but it lowers the enemy's movement. So this is wish fulfillment for me, is a hoop weapon. I just always wanted something like this. You can get multiple characters that have those. I need a builder as well, so I think I'm going to grab the carpenter. What level is he? 3? You know what? I'll take it. I'm going to check my equipment. Kind of looks like an angry mob forming. Yep, we got an angry mob forming. Real V2K, that's how I fix most of my problems in real life. And you know where I learned this brute force philosophy from? So, I don't know, about, I would say, I can't even remember how long it was. It was so long ago. It may have been around 20 years ago. My father figure and I are in Farmington, California. He owns some property there. We're renovating a house. And we're doing a lot of work, and we're spending weeks and weeks working on this house. We have to renovate it, remodel it, and this is just before I moved away from California and I moved to Australia. And so we're working on a house in Farmington, California, me and my father figure and I, and we're running out of time. We had rented like a cement mixer. We had a time limit. We had to very quickly get a lot of work done that day and return the equipment. We're running out of time. Stuff's not working out the way that we're expecting it to. He's getting frustrated, and at one point, he just starts hitting this thing with a hammer. He's getting frustrated. He actually screams. He's hitting with a hammer. Sometimes you gotta brute force stuff, and that makes stuff work sometimes. It's not always the best solution, but sometimes you just gotta hit things with a hammer. You gotta brute force it. California, I thought you were based in Australia. I grew up in California, and then I moved to Australia. Yeah, the carpenter dude, he's great. Being able to zone people out. So if people haven't played this yet, there are build characters and characters that can build. and that it's absurdly useful because you can zone enemies out and you can actually trap them in place. Let's see here. And it's specifically designed. I made it so that check out the cooldown on your building. I wanted the building to feel so responsive, so the build abilities have almost no cooldown. And it's so you can have space control. So space control is so important because, again, this game, the enemies are so much stronger than you. They'll jack you up, man. The enemies will jack you up. And so I wanted the building to feel so responsive, so you don't even need to rely on your hurry-up skills. So that, and then this move does so much damage. We will walk outside. I'm just going to level up my armor a little bit. So I have the Carpenter. If you press minus, you can see that he's got level 0 Lumberjack Vest. What I'm going to do is just level up his armor. We'll take a look at his HP, so it's 240. If we level that up, that might give us a little bit of health as well. But make sure you level up your armor. It's so important. The cook, I might level up her green sleeves. The green sleeves increases your healing capability. Let's go ahead and talk to the armor. I'm just going to go ahead and use some green drop and enhance my armor. That explains the accent, yeah. Sven, hey, how's it going? Sven, you changed your profile picture. If someone changes their profile picture, I can still recognize your name. But if you change your name and your profile picture, it can be really hard for me to tell. Nuka, but it looks like the game is a low consumption, so you have the slack for constant iframe adjustment. Yeah, you're right, Nuka, you're absolutely right, but also that sort of thing has such minimal overhead on the CPU that's basically free. Something like that really it's basically a zero impact on performance, yeah. And it reminds me of how I brute forced my sprite to render on pixel positions rather than sub-pixel positions. Oh, yeah. Because if your game engine is secretly 3D, that can happen. It can be on like sub-pixels. Since the physics were causing stair-stepping jitter on diagonal movement otherwise. I hear you. Yeah. Okay, so I got level 4 on my Lumberjack. Let me check my... Oh, I got 310 green drop. And I made green drop easy to farm. Because, look, I know how gaming works. I'm a gamer. I've played Castlevania, you know, the Metroidvanias. Sometimes you need a spot where you just, want to farm for a while. And to me, it's so important, the end experience. It's the end experience that is most important to me. And I know that people will come home from a long day of work. You're tired. People, you may have had customers that were just really shitty. And maybe you don't want to play the story, right? Maybe you don't want to go to the final dungeon. You just want to relax, you just want to chill. I created spots where you can just grind, and it doesn't take a lot of effort, but there is something relaxing about it, about grinding and earning something. You make some progress, but there needs to be some way for your game like this to give people a way to just relax and chill, right? That's why there's certain spots in the game that are just designed like that. Those are the kind of things that I consider when I'm developing my game, my games in general, is I think about when are people going to play this game, why are people going to play this game. Sometimes you have a shitty day at work and you don't want to play a game that's going to be very demanding. Sometimes you just need to relax. And that's why this game, it's designed in a way to where you can play it in a challenging way or you can play it in a very chill way. And that's something that is so important to me. Ray, I'm doing just great. I forgot about my tea. I got to start drinking my tea here. Jimmy Silverhand, I'm the same way. I try to, where I can, to add a note or a nickname to friends online. Yeah, I try to keep track of people because it lets people know that I actually care about you guys, that I am paying attention to you, and that you matter. Hey, Machine Gun, how's it going? Hey, Jerrel, I'm looking at the game page on Steam. Does it really need a controller to play? Yes. I did not design it with a keyboard in mind because I personally have not yet created a framework component to let people customize controls. That is something that I need to improve on. You can only improve one thing at a time as a developer. You can check out my HP on the cook. My HP has gone up a fair bit. On the storyteller, I'm going to level up my padded shirt. So I've got 130 HP on the storyteller right now, right? I'm going to enhance my armor on my character now. Did I not? I didn't swap. Okay, now I have the storyteller. I have 130 HP. Now when I level up, I'm going to enhance my armor. You'll see the HP go up. I play this game after my kids are asleep, all the free time I get. Yeah, you know, and it's important to consider things like that. When are people playing your game? What kind of day have they had before playing your game? And I see a lot of developers don't consider that, you know, and I'm not going to say people are right or wrong. You have to do game development a certain way. This is how I consider it, so that other people can consider that when they are conceptualizing their games that they're developing. I'll take a code on Switch. Absolutely, sure, yeah, absolutely. If there's, yeah, absolutely. Chocolat Blanc. Let me know what region. The codes are region specific, so just let me know if you need the code for North America, Europe, or Australia. That little camera close-up mechanic that pops in as you walk around adds so much vibes. This was a big deal to me. It was a huge deal having the camera zoom in like that. And the reason why is that if you make this game in 2D, you can't really do that. You just can't. It's going to look bad if you zoom in with a 2D game. This is a 3D game, and I'd considered take advantage of the fact that it's 3D, but also there's a little bit of a humanizing factor to it, because in general, we are far away from these characters. The relationship that you have with these characters and the game is a specific way because you are so distant and far from them. So having the camera zoom in and get a little closer adds a little bit of closeness that makes you feel a little bit more humanity from the characters. You're closer to them. I think the closest you get are the beds, you know? Yeah. And when you're asking the party to leave, it feels like you get to be a little closer to them, even if it's just a little bit. There is a philosophy of conceptual persistence, and conceptual persistence is something exists, so you don't need to keep seeing it to know that it exists. For example, we know this character is there, so conceptual persistence is we walk away, we know that she's still there. We can't see her, we literally don't know if she's still there, but we know that she's still there because the concept persists. Same, for example, as box art. You know, when you open the manual or the box art, you see a character. For example, in the NES days, the characters look like little sprites, but you open the manual and the characters look so awesome. They're hand-drawn art, gorgeous. We have conceptual permanence where we know, oh, this is what Mega Man looks like. He looks really cool. You see him on the box art. He's holding a little silver gun, so that you know that when you play the game, this is what Mega Man looks like, even though that's not literally how he looks like. You know what I mean? So that is conceptual permanence. And that was my way of using conceptual permanence to make you feel a little closer to these characters, to give the game a little bit of a humanizing element to it. EU, yeah, okay, let me grab you a code. So there's a lot of consideration that goes into my game development. I can see that there's so many developers that just don't do that. It's not something that's part of their process, but for me, it's very important to me. Remember that weird Mega Man cover art on the NES? I never stop thinking about it. That's obviously an exaggeration, but sometimes when I need a laugh, I'll just think about the Mega Man box art. the weird, like he's holding like a gun. What's going on, Mega Man? What's happening? Random question, is the lighting on characters baked or real-time rendered? Very good question. The lighting throughout the entire game, we will go to the final dungeon and I'll show you. The lighting is 100% real-time. And I wanted minimal lighting because I wanted the game to have a very specific feeling. And if I had too much real-time lighting, the game would lose that feeling. There's a flatness to 8-bit games, and this is 8-bit color scheme. There's only 52 colors, the exact same 52 colors on the NES. If I start having more dynamic real-time lighting sources, it loses that. So the only place that I use that is in the final dungeon, so that the rest of the game feels a little flat, and then you get into the final dungeon and the lighting is more dynamic, and it makes the environment feel more dramatic and menacing, and it makes it feel important. It lets the player know that this is important. So that's why I left the lighting here a little flat, but you can see the effects of real-time lighting here. As you approach this, you can see that the characters are being lit in real time by the save point. You see how it's very bright? This is not something that you can do in 2D. You can fake it. For example, the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 and Dragon Quest 3, the HD remakes, those fake lighting, but this has real lighting, and faking the lighting can still look pretty effective. It can still look pretty good, but there's so much more that you can do with this. Okay, I'll show you where to grind out stuff now. So you saw me leveling up my armor or enhancing my armor. You need to get green drop. I specifically designed an area to make that easy on you. So if you just want to stockpile, you can see my my green drop. I've only got 10 left. This area is specifically designed to let you level up quickly. So the enemies, you just keep walking around here. The enemies spawn in a very predictable pattern. They are not strong, and you can level up pretty quickly in this area. So if your character, if their attack lands on the enemy, then they will get some experience points. You see, if you see how characters, some of them don't get the experience points, you only get experience points if your attack lands on the enemy. So it's not a brain dead process. You can make your game a brain dead process where you don't have to engage if you want to. That's your choice as a developer. For me, I don't make brain dead games. I make games that are designed to be fun, and to be fun, you have to let the player engage with the game on an intellectual level. So this way, at least, even though this is, and I've vibe tested this. I've spent hours and hours fine-tuning this one area. And there are other areas to grind, but this is the one that I've tested the most because I know this is where people are most likely going to save, and this is designed to let you level up and just grind out for resources. So I'll pause. Look, I've already earned 100 more green drop. There we go. Heck, Capcom even put a statue and figures of that version of Mega Man in the Resident Evil 3 remake. I like that art so much, and I think there's a Tekken game that included box art Mega Man as well. Was it Mega Man 9 or Mega Man 10 where they did the retro box art and they did the weird Mega Man again? Something like that I really like. 99 green drop, let's go. I felt so satisfied, during testing when I reached 999 green drop. Reaching 999 on any item, it feels like you've achieved something. So yeah, this area is just designed, so again, but this area is not just for grinding, it's to let you test out a character. If you've never used a character before, you want to figure out what that character does. There is some uniqueness to the Beastkeeper. He has the Shepherd Staff. So he has, Beastkeeper's actually so good. So he has the Shepherd Staff here and a ranged projectile. The Shepherd Staff, if you hit the enemy with a Shepherd Staff, it temporarily reduces their attack power. Oh, I need to share something with you guys. I've never told anyone this. And there is a weapon that I wanted to make, and I didn't put it in. And I'd spent about a week and a half thinking about it and considering it. So now you have characters with a hoop. You have the sailors, right? She's throwing out her hoop, and the hoop stays there for crowd control. I was so close to making a Shepherd Hoop. And the Shepherd Hoop would be a hoop weapon that you throw out, it throws out, it's a throwing weapon, but it would have the Shepherd Hook on it. And what the Shepherd Hoop would do is it reduces the enemy's attack power, and it's a ranged projectile, and it reduces their movement speed. You see what I mean? So it does multiple things. And I thought about it, and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, what character should I give the Shepherd Hoop to? And I ended up, there wasn't a character where I thought, oh yeah, you know what? This character should have the Shepherd Hoop. So I ended up deciding to not put the Shepherd Hoop in the game. And so many people have been asking me if I'm going to make a sequel to this game. It depends on if the game sells well. And word of mouth is the only way that an indie developer with no market, I don't have a marketing budget. The costs of paying all the business fees is so high, it really sucks. So I don't have a marketing budget, and the only way that games sell well is if you guys go and just tell people about the game, say, hey, check this out, see if you like it or not. That's the only way the game sells well. If this game sells well, I do have plans for a sequel, and the sequel, if that happens to happen, if this game sells very well, if I do a sequel, then I will add the Shepherd Hoop. You will see a character that has the Shepherd Hoop, and you guys in the chat right now are the only ones that will ever know about it, because I will not speak about the Shepherd Hoop ever again. You guys will be the only ones that know about the Shepherd Hoop. Geez, this screen BGM is excellent, so relaxing. I'm so glad you're already enjoying the soundtrack. I created the soundtrack specifically using the TurboGrafx, uh, the the TurboGrafx 16, the PC Engine. I used that sound font, and I only used 4 channels for the sound. So if you listen to the music, there's only 4 channels. There's only 4 voices that are playing in the soundtrack because that's how music was created in that era, and that's what gives it. There's a little bit of an emptiness to the music, to the soundtrack because of that. And that is part of the charm of the music from that era. Is there's a little bit of an emptiness to it that gives it a simplicity, and the core focus of the music becomes the melody and the feeling that the melody is meant to invoke. That is what is so important about considering the way that you create art, giving yourself guidelines on the specific work that you're creating. And to me, the music, I end up writing music a very different way because of the limitations of only having 4 voices. So it's a 4 channel for the soundtrack, and the only place where I broke that rule is the final dungeon. Again, the final dungeon is where I broke a number of rules. The final dungeon is where I break my lighting rule, because there's shadows and lighting, it makes it more dramatic. And the other rule, again, I broke is more channels for the final boss theme. I wanted the final boss theme to amp this up and to feel dramatic. So this is an instance where I adhered to the rules. These are arbitrary guidelines to say, oh, this is a retro game. It is a retro game because it's trying to be vintage. It is evoking the memory of something that is vintage. Something that is vintage was something that's more than 20 years old, right? This game is not vintage. This game is retro. The Legend of Zelda, that's not retro, that's vintage. Ocarina of Time, that is not retro, that is vintage. Shovel Knight is not vintage, it's retro. But there will be one day where Shovel Knight is no longer retro. There will be a day where Shovel Knight is actually vintage. And in that case, it's going to be retro vintage. And that's insane to think about. That's something. So again, something that is retro is something that is new, that's meant to be like something that is old. But one day Shovel Knight will be actually vintage, and that's kind of it's kind of creeping. It's freaking me out a little bit. It's freaking me out, man. How to get Shepherd Hook rumors coming soon. I don't know if this makes sense, but you are the equivalent of a coworker that you see who you always like to talk to and makes the workday go by faster. Hey, well, I feel the same way about you guys. I think of you guys as coworkers, and you guys make the workday go by faster. Here I am. See, this is fun because I'm getting my experience points. I've got 640 green drop pretty quickly. My levels on my characters, I'm going to switch now because I got 14. Who's my lowest character here? I think I'll level up the Carpenter a little bit. I'm going to put Carpenter in the front. Got to make sure that I heal a little bit. And if you want to increase your healing, let me look at my equipment. My Sailor has the farm tunic. I'm going to give the Sailor, I might give her the Sailor the green sleeves because the green sleeves increases the healing power. So we're going to do that. So what we'll do is we'll just level up just a little bit more. I'm going to enhance the armor on my Sailor, and then I'm going to pick up the green sleeves so that we increase. So have a look at this, right? We'll discuss healing really quick. It's not meant to be strong, because again, it's not magic that they're using to heal. So if we take a look at the cook has the green sleeves, level 5 green sleeves, and the Sailor has farm tunic. They have the same healing ability. So the cook, if we have a look at the cook, everyone gets 20. That's 20 health heal. If we use the refreshments on Sailor, everyone gets a 10. So the green sleeves increased the healing capability by 10. And in this case, that's double. That's a huge increase. So, and that's just because that's what the green sleeve equipment does. I'm going to get the green sleeves for the Sailor as well, so I can have that extra healing. And again, use your hurry up, and you can get your characters to reduce that cooldown pretty quickly. I'm going to level up my Carpenter. I'm going to get him to level 6 at least before I go back. Noah non-form. Thank you. So many people don't know the difference about retro and vintage. It's funny because I think gaming is the only subculture where we get that wrong. If you look at other subcultures, in general, this isn't something that they get wrong. It's just a word that we like the sound of, you know. But if you look at MVG, modern vintage gaming, he's got it right. He knows. But that's MVG. That's someone who's very, very educated. He's highly educated. He's a very intelligent man. I think he's Australian. So the thing is, my brain doesn't register Australian accents because I live here in Australia. So when I hear an Australian accent, that's normal to me. So sometimes I'll be watching a YouTube channel and then I won't realize that someone's in Australia until they make an Australian reference, and then I think, wait, you're from Australia? So that I think that's pretty funny. Yeah. Nice. Chip Synth SFC has been my instrument of choice recently. Nice, Super Famicom. I've used that for some of my games. Clasher Ball. I have a game called Clasher Ball that's an action puzzle game, and a number of tracks. For some of the tracks, I use the Mega Drive sound font, and then other tracks I use the Super Nintendo sound font. So I'm pretty excited about that. Ryan, dude, your secret is safe with us, Grand Wizard. Again, if you've asked for a copy of the game and then I haven't seen it, then just let me know so I can fix that up for you. Oops, how many copies did I give away? I think I've given out 3 so far, so I'll just put that there. I'll update that. Okay, let me catch up with the chat now. So much like retrospective, meaning to look back on. Yeah, that's it. Retro is to like retrofit, to go back on something that already exists. You know, retro games get their inspiration by looking back at vintage games. 100%, absolutely. You know, and the word vintage, I think it's nice to say it because it makes it feel like an antique. And for those of us, you know, there's a lot of us in our 20s, 30s, and 40s, it helps us feel really old before we're supposed to. When we describe something from our childhood as vintage, just makes us feel really old, gives us a little bit of dread, and you know I'm all about that existential dread. Existential dread crew, where are you at? I want to level. I said I was going to get him to 6, but I'm going to get him to 7. This is the thing, right? Here's the thing. When you start a new save file on Pokemon at 11 at night or 11 p.m. at night, you got work in the morning and you're like, nah, dude, I'm gonna get my Charmander to Charmeleon really quick. It's not gonna take that long. It's 3 in the morning and you're like, I'm just gonna get to the next town. You know, oh no, I've almost got my Magikarp. I've almost got him to Gyarados, right? So I'm just gonna stay up just like a little bit more. You know, just a little bit more. And then you've got work in like 4 hours, and then that's when you turn off the game and get some sleep because you've got work in 4 hours. You have to consider that. You have to think about how people play your game. And that's something that I consider with my game development is, just one more, you know, and that's all part of letting people grind for resources, letting people collect their experience points and level up, letting people enhance their armor. It's fun. It is so fun. And I'm not trying to make people get minimal sleep for work. You know, that's just going to happen. You know, I just want to get to level 7 before I go back to town. Look, I'm 6 now and I just need to get to 7. I'm almost there. I'm almost at level 7. Shouting is super useful, actually. Shouting is so see how I've stunned everybody with shout? Now I'm just gonna snipe them. Oh, I have a catching net. Guys, you know we're gonna be grinding for magic balls. We're gonna go for magic balls now, actually. Get my duck. Get my ducks. I 51 to somebody. Have a look at my carpenter with the wood chop. The wood chop also pierces through armor. Enemies do have a hidden armor value, which is why some enemies are very difficult to deal with. There's moves like a wood chop and I think boulder break or something like that. Those tend to have high armor piercing. So this game is designed to feel tactical. I wanted to combine the feeling of a JRPG that has the turn-based battle system, and I wanted to combine that with a tactical RPG, a strategy RPG. And in this game, the spacing is so important. And that's why building is so important. I want to take all of that, all of the feeling of that, and make that into its whole own game. And that's why I've made this game. That's my thought process behind creating this. Is I think the combination of those things in this way is mechanically very satisfying. Here we go. What's the playtime? It looks beautiful, retro, but a unique mechanic. I just bought a copy on Steam. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It actually depends on how you play the game, because there's some characters that if you build just the right team, you can get through the game pretty quickly. And if this is your first time playing, it might take you 6 hours. I think confident like 5 or 6 hours to actually get through the final dungeon, but it depends on your approach. If your approach is to build up a team and make them strong enough to where you can get through the dungeon with just the one team, I think you could probably do it 5 or 6 hours. If you play it to where you treat the characters as disposable and you use them just to sort of chip away through the game, it's going to take a lot longer. I think it's much harder to do it that way. You can play the game as a puzzle solving sort of approach, to where you identify one of the dangers in the final dungeon and then you go and swap out your party. That's another way to do it. So I wanted to give people a lot of different ways to play this game. And then there's also the Battle Coliseum. So outside of the final dungeon, the Battle Coliseum has infinite replayability. It's a high score chaser. There's a bunch of different environments, and you get to use different teams. You know, you build your team to try and deal with different environments, and the enemies are different in each Coliseum. That gives it infinite replay value. Something like that to me, I think, is super, super satisfying. That's the kind of game that I really like, and I think it's so fun. Okay, so my sailor needs the farm tunic leveled up. I got so much green drop. I'm laughing. Okay, let me catch up with the chat. It's strange, but vintage does sound as premium expensive, whereas retro feels closer to my childhood memories. Yeah, vintage, that sounds like it has like, ooh, fancy. That's nice, you know. Vangstar, I've been writing stories for a while, but I want to move into doing visual novels. What is the best software to start with? There are many, and I don't know which one is best. RenPy. I can recommend RenPy. So look that up. It's REN. I think there's an apostrophe, and then PY. It's going to be the easiest one to use. It is designed specifically for visual novels. You can create visual novels in other engines like RPG Maker and Game Maker. They will really, really help you. Those are well suited for people who have never made a game before. RPG Maker is the 100% best game engine to use if you've never made a game before. You can create a visual novel with RPG Maker, but you have to do a little bit of gymnastics. With RenPy, it is 100% suited specifically for creating visual novels. So look up RenPy. That's what I can recommend. I would like to start creating some guides on more things like that using different engines. RenPy. Okay, so I have level 6 on the farmer tunic. See, my HP on my sailor went way up. Okay, storyteller. I know I want my carpenter up front. So what we're going to do is increase that. The birder, let's go ahead. Who's struggling here? I'm just going to give them all a little bit of a boost here. And then after you've played through the game before and then you understand what the characters can do, you can get through it faster because you understand all the strengths and weaknesses of the characters. You understand the final dungeon, what's in there. So, yeah. Machine Gun, hey man, can you peek at my previous messages real quick? Yes, let me see. Sorry if I missed that. Okay, Machine Gun. Let's see, I'm looking at the chat here. Can I have a Steam key? Oop, yep, thank you for reminding me. Thank you for asking. Sorry, it's easy for me to miss the stuff in the chat. Thank you, Machine Gun. Thank you. Let me get that for you. Machine... I'm trying to do an @ here. Machine Gun. Okay, so the tagging is not working. The tagging didn't work on that. RPG Maker is even better than Visionaire for visual scripting. Good recommendation. What's good about RPG Maker is that it is a what you see is what you get editor, and you can drag and drop to create your game. You don't have to learn programming or typing. You just drag and drop. And when I'm saying drag and drop, I'm not saying drag and drop. Okay? I'm not saying drag and drop. I'm saying drag and drop. Dragon as in the mythical creature. You drag and drop. And that's what RPG Maker lets you do, is perform a drag and drop to create your game. And I assume it's like a suplex, but a dragon comes out, and then the dragon grabs you like this, does a backflip, and then suplexes you into the ground. That's what a drag and drop is. Hold on, I'm still making my characters. I want to grab some magic balls. I'm going to grab some balls in a moment. I'm just going to finish leveling up my armor a little bit more. My priest has the adult pants. I'm not sure if I want my priest to have adult pants. Let me see here. Okay, machine gun. Did you get the code, machine gun? The tag didn't work for some reason. YouTube wouldn't let me put the tag in there, but that code is for you. Hey, Kimchi Acid, good to see you. What we'll do now, what we'll save and we'll turn on HD mode, and then I'll show you HD mode. Is it a JRPG? This is an action RPG, but it has heavy JRPG elements. As you can see, I've been just outside of the town grinding for experience points and grinding for green drop. Green drop lets you enhance your armor. You can see the levels on my armor. If we take a look at my weapons, you see my weapons are quite low level. So what I'm going to do right now I'm going to grind for balls. And magic balls will let you level up your weapons. So I'm going to do that now. So you need someone that has a catching net. So let's look at my party here. My Beast Keeper has a catching net. I'm going to show you where to get magic balls from. So Beast Keeper, we'll put Beast Keeper up top. So I created this game to be an action RPG, but I wanted the battles to feel like they're a cross between a tactical RPG and a JRPG. So we'll save real quick, and then we'll turn HD mode on. Okay, saving. And if you'd like a copy of the game, just let me know. I will give you a copy of the game either on Steam or Switch. Gen Z brings back everything from the dead. Fangstar. Yeah, let me know what you think of it. Check those out, and let me know what you think of those engines. Okay. If the game is a little frustrating for you, or if you have a kid with you, or if you want to super chill, you can turn easy mode on. That means that the enemies will do less damage, and they will have half their health. So you can turn on easy mode as well. I'm going to turn on high-res mode. If you want the game to be balls to the wall hard, or if you want to clamp your characters, at a specific level, you can turn on no EXP, and then you won't gain experience points anymore. There's a couple different options, for how you want to play the game. And there are badges as well. So on this save file, I have not beaten the game yet on this save file. But if you want to try to beat the game solo, you have the badges here. And the badges keep track of the games, that the characters that you have beaten the game with. And there is a little bit, there are spoilers here. When you beat the final boss and you save the princess, you can actually recruit the princess. I actually haven't told people this before, but this screen does tell you that. So after you beat the final boss, there are more characters that become unlocked. There's a game developer, Goo Man, princess, and a wrangler. The receptionist is available from the start. So there's a couple new characters that you can get after beating the game. Okay, so I've turned on HD mode. We're going to Beastkeeper. I like the old school shader, or whatever it is that looks pixelated. I really like it too. It took so much work fine-tuning the visuals for this, and then I've added HD mode for people that just want to enjoy some nice, crisp HD polygon visuals. Shopping malls. Yes, it worked. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed the game, Machine Gun. Also, I got the but maybe this is the catalyst. I need to get a USB controller to play Mario Kart 64. If you have other consoles, a lot of times you can use your console controllers. This is a PS5 controller. Last summer, I ordered salt pills for a Vietnam War vet buddy of mine, and I ordered salt pills off the internet. And we were sitting there at a bar. We were sitting in the Crooked Spur in Oakdale, California. And I just got in the package, and I said, "Oh man, let's catch up." And I've got your delivery. I got your salt pills for you. Open the package there in the Crooked Spur. PS5 controller. I don't even have a PS5 controller. We were so confused. I ended up having to order salt pills from somewhere else. I don't know why I got a PS5 controller instead. But you can plug this into your computer and use it as a controller. You can often use Bluetooth or just other controllers from other consoles. So what we're going to do is, now I'm going to catch some magic balls. If we look at my inventory, I've got 50 magic balls. I'm going to now grab some magic balls so I can level up my weapons. And then we're going to walk into the final dungeon pretty soon, and then we're just going to see how far I get. But I'm probably going to get mangled real bad. Since Man, good to see you. Thanks for coming and hang out. Could someone mod the game now? What they knew what they were doing? I don't know. I've never done mods. If you check this sign, it says the monsters in this grove will throw magic balls, and magic balls, those are what you need to level up your weapons. Now, in general, there isn't a way to get magic balls in this game. In general, you can find some through picking up items on the ground, but in general, only the hero can obtain magic balls. But you can get them this way. Oops, hold on. Okay, it's easier to do this with just one party member because your other party members can get hit by the enemy. So you gotta sort of get the timing right. Okay, am I gonna get it? Got it. You see it added to my inventory? So now I've got 50. I picked up 8 there. I'm sort of blocking the thing here. Come on, throw it. Ah, damn. You really should stay in one spot, though. It's going, it's going. I grabbed it. So yeah, I created a spot specifically for enemies. Again, it's easier to do this if you have just one character. I'm waiting for him to throw it. Throw it. Bro. Come on, bro. I'm watching him. Here we go. Got it. Get out of my way, bro. I'm farming here. Ah, got hit. I'm farming. Okay. Guys, I'm trying to farm for balls right now. Throw it. Oh my god. I'm grinding for balls. Get out of my way. There we go. You could potentially get 2 balls in one net. Let it never be said that you couldn't fit 2 balls in one net. I'm just saying that now. Shoot. Come on. No. Ah. I almost got 2 balls in one. I'm going to get it. These green guys, they're kind of ruining my grind. You're supposed to stay in that one area. The problem is I've left the area. You're not supposed to leave the area if you want to grind for balls. Okay, got to go back. Come on. The green guys are just ruining everything. Oh no. So that guy will grab. That guy will grab. So my delivery man's going to hit him with the with that ribbon ball, so that'll prevent the grab. So I have 100. I'm just going to get a couple more magic balls, and then I'll show you what they're for. Okay. Yeah, you can have polygons or you can have pixels. This game has a lot of different flavors. Okay, let's not kill the guy. I accidentally killed him. I killed him by accident. My bad. My B, bro. My B. Ow. Oh, no. He lives. Okay. No. Is that... No, he threw it before he died. Okay. We're just got to get another one to spawn. Again, this is a lot easier with just the one character. So if you're going to go grind for magic balls, it's better to take the one character. The bug catcher can also grind for balls as well. Theoretically, any game can be modded, but you'd have to find some way to manipulate the code since there's no built-in modding feature. These characters are built through kit bashing in-game, so you actually can't do model replacements. So model replacement does not work in this game. Oh, I think that those enemies, I think they run out. I think they're designed to run out so they don't frustrate you. When did you realize you wanted to be a video game developer, and who was your biggest influence, if there are any? I played Breath of Fire in 1993 on the Super Nintendo, and it was a couple hours after playing Breath of Fire that I knew that I had to become a game developer. I wanted to make games for a living, and I've been working towards that ever since. So that is the most important game to me in terms of my career. I say it's my number one, it's my favorite game of all time because that's the one that inspired me. But Final Fantasy, Resident Evil 2, and Ocarina of Time are huge inspirations to me. Not in the way that I want to copy them, but they inspired me to try to make games because I wanted to create experiences for people to enjoy. To me, when I played those games, I saw them as an experience that I enjoyed, and I wanted to be able to do that. I wanted to create experiences for other people. Okay, so we've got some balls. We don't have a lot, but we have some. So I want to consider my approach for... I don't know if I want my Beastkeeper up front. I think I'll have my Carpenter up front because that will let me use my Woodchop, and the weapon, I've got a hammer and an axe, and that kind of sucks because that means I just got to get in close. So I'm going to level up my axe and my axe. If we take a look at my menu here, I've got a level 0 axe. That's on my slot 2. Axe is slot 2. So this guy, I'm just going to level up my weapon. Okay. Thank you. Okay. That used up 20 of my magic balls. So let me just level this up a couple more times. I'm going to have my carpenter up front. Have Sungrand ever caught a computer on fire? Nope. My computers have never caught on fire. I wanted to make a video game when I got a good enough computer. You don't even need a powerful computer to make a game. Unless you want to make something that looks like The Last of Us, you know. You can use very weak computers. People have been making video games on the weakest computers for a very long time. So don't wait. If you want to make a game, just start doing it now. I recommend starting with RPG Maker or Game Maker. Okay, I'm putting all of my eggs in this basket here. I should level. I have 23. I can do one more level up. Let me look at my characters. Hold on. I have my birder, and she has the rock. I might do the sailor's hoop. So I'm going to go to the sailor. Let me see what the hoop is on. She's got a level 2 on the throw hoop. I'm going to level up the throw hoop one more time. And then we'll just check how much damage it does. Okay. Yeah, magic balls are hard to come by for sure. The game gives you some, you know. You can get some through pickup, but I strongly recommend getting either the bug catcher or the beast keeper and having them solo go out into that field and then just catch the balls solo. Again, if you have the other characters there, they can get hit by the magic balls and then you won't be able to pick it up. So that's my approach here. If you have the accountant, you can increase your movement speed. Let's see here. So what equipment does my... I'm going to make a serious attempt, you know. So that's, let's see. I'm going to level up my lumberjack vest. Oh, ooh, look how bad my defense is on my carpenter. That's not good. I've got 5 defense on my carpenter. I'm not sure if I should change my equipment on that. I think I'm... Ooh. Ooh. Oh, you know what it is? Good. So I will walk over there and I will show you. I'm going to change my equipment. I don't want the lumberjack vest on this guy, and I'll tell you why. Because he's going to be up close, and I need him to not die if this is going to be my front character. So this is a lumberjack vest. It allows you to use your skills faster, which means that your cooldown reduces. So I'm going to consider what character I might want that on. I didn't drink my tea. I said I was going to drink my tea, and it's not going well. I know this sounds crazy. I'm going to give the priest the lumberjack vest. You can experiment. See, with this kind of game, I wanted people to try out all kinds of different builds. There's so many builds and approaches that you can take with these characters. So that sounds crazy, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to rely on the rock thrower and the prayer, on the priest, and on the carpenter. I need him to have high defense because he's going to be out front. So let me see what I've got here. I'm going to see. Okay, there's no equipment in there. There's the dragon. I'm going to give him the adult pants. The adult pants reduces your movement speed, but it increases. So it might increase power and defense, but reduce speed. I'm going to wear it, and you're going to see the immediate effect. So you see my power and defense has gone up significantly. So now it's 14 for power, 10 on defense because I'm wearing the adult pants, but it does make me slower. So what I'm going to have to do is swap to different characters. So the birder has a frilly shirt, the cook has green sleeves. Okay. So I wanted people to have a lot of freedom when it comes to building your team a certain way, you know what I mean? I'm going to level up my, enhance my armor a bit. So there's that. Okay. Sailor Moon, LOL. My computer was an i5 CPU from 2003. My current computer is an i7. You can make games on i7. I built my first games on an i7. You know, they were from 2012, I think. Something like Undertale could be made from a laptop. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, son. Let's see. Bought the game. Have have to check it out. Hey, Platypus Duck, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I'm sharing tips and advice on the game, and my power and defense have gone up. I'm going to get my adult pants up a little bit more. And I'm just going to check if my other characters need it as well. See, the game is... It gives you the freedom to approach the final dungeon how you want to approach the final dungeon. My storyteller, his HP is pretty low. You see his HP is 180, so we're going to level up that. So the padded shirt, have a look at my defense. My defense is 10, so I'm at 180 and 10 right now, so I'm going to level up my padded shirt. My tea is going to be ice cold. Oh well, too bad, that's my fault. Okay. You can recruit this guy as well. And this was something that I actually had to consider. This was so important as a developer, is if you recruit this guy, what happens? Is he not able to upgrade his armor anymore because he's gone? And so the event for upgrading your armor is actually not connected to the character. You go to the spot and you speak to the spot and you can still upgrade your armor even if he's in your party. And the same, is the game full 1080p on Switch? Yes, 100%. This is full 1080. It runs pretty smooth. It runs at 60 frames a second for most of it. Until you get to the final dungeon, it gets a bit choppy. If there's a lot of enemies on screen, it gets a little choppy. The same consideration went to the blacksmith as well, is even if you recruit him into your party, you go to the spot, you speak to this exact spot, you can still level up. I was going to lurk, but this game is surprisingly hypnotizing to watch, and the game dev talk has been great. Thanks, man. Hey, thanks for hanging out. It's really fun just chatting with you guys, talking about whatever. So, I'm going to... Oh, hold on. I'm going to level up my padded shirt. See, I had 180 on my HP. My defense has gone up to 13. I'll just... Can I? Yeah. I'm just going to use up the rest of my green drop, and then we will go... I might level up my delivery man as well. So what skill does oh, yeah. You know what's so good? So the lumberjack vest lets you use your skills faster. See how the delivery man has hurry up? It reduces the cooldown time by 5 seconds. So lumberjack vest on a character with hurry up is actually absurdly good. That's really good. Okay, so I'm going to level up the storyteller's armor and the delivery man. And basically enhancing the armor and weapons is how you're able to get through the final dungeon. You know, I want people to play it like a JRPG to some extent, you know, but it's an action RPG. No one on forum. I found your channel a few days ago. I've been enjoying your content a lot. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming to hang out. I really enjoyed that. I appreciate that. Have I run out? Oh, see, I said I was gonna go. I'm just gonna get a little more green drop. Just a little bit more so I can, because my delivery man, look at my delivery man's HP is not good. So. Hey, Kutchala, my dude. Hey, so Tarek, how's it going? How's life? I'm pretty excited because my upcoming game, Top 15 Caving Disasters, the levels are all done. So I'm just doing final testing and fine-tuning on the levels. I have a little bit more in terms of the menus. So Top 15 Caving Disasters, yeah, that's going to be done this month. I'm really excited about that. So it's very exciting for me to get a new game out to you guys because it's something... I make stuff that I care about, that I think people are really going to enjoy this. They're going to have fun. They're going to have a laugh. And being able to bring that out to people is the reason why I make games. I want to make cool stuff for people. I want to give people something fun to do. And so that's why I do it. So being able to get another game out again is very exciting for me. So I'm very excited. That's going to be Top 15 Caving Disasters. I have Silver Falls games coming up. I have stuff that I haven't even announced yet that I've been working on that'll be finished soon. I have Goo Buddies that I'm working on. So I'm just so excited that I can make games for people. May I get a Switch code? Kimchi Acid, absolutely. What region do you need, Kimchi Acid? Yeah, the concept of that one cracks me up. I've been slowing down a bit on development for Top 15 Caving Disasters because my brain is getting tired of escaping the cave because I've been doing it non-stop, you know, and so that's something that I need to consider when I'm playing and testing the game as well. How much green drop do I have? I'll just get like a little bit more. I'll just get a little more, just a little more. I'm not addicted to grinding for you guys know, you guys get it. Just one more. Okay, there. Yeah, I've been just playing top 15 caving disasters, and it's designed to be challenging from a puzzle perspective, so my brain is actually tired from playing it because I've been playing it non-stop. So I've been slowing down on that a little bit, but the development is finished on the levels now, but I need to keep testing them, you know what I mean? North America, Kimchi Acid, let me get you a copy of The Hero of Destiny Was Killed by the Final Boss, and I hope you have a ton of fun with this. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Let me update my counter here. Definitely excited for that Sentai Maker. I'm working on that one as well. You guys can tell. You guys know I'm a massive Super Sentai fan. So one day I will launch Sentai Maker. It's using this framework. So the fragment domain, when you boot this game up, you see fragment domain. So Sentai Maker will use this same framework, but instead of a team of 8, you'll have a team of 5. So Sentai Maker is you're going on a bunch of different missions. You're beating up kaiju. You're collecting parts for your Sentai team so you can keep building more teams. So when you first start out in Sentai Maker, this is one of my upcoming games. You only get one team, and you have to buy slots to increase your team size. So you can increase your team size. You start it with one member, and then you add more members, and you build a Sentai team. You can swap to different Sentai teams. You assign the different colors to the characters. You change the different parts of their outfit. So you can have different helmet components, the visor, there's additional elements on the visor, the shoulder pads, belts, gloves. You play missions, you unlock more stuff, and then you can customize your teams, and you build a bunch of different Sentai teams. Excuse me. So that's going to be a Super Sentai Maker. I showed you guys a little bit of the components on one of the last streams here. So whose armor am I doing? Okay, do this one a bit. Platypus Duck, hey, I'll catch you later. I'll boot this up soon. Have fun, Platypus Duck. Remember, that little area that I showed you, that's for grinding. Grind out the levels and the armor. You can level up your armor here. And that's just a good way to get your characters a bit stronger. Nuka, your video on Mixtape was brilliant for rookie devs. Really articulated basic foundations and principles that you don't think about. Yeah, my goal here on YouTube is to help people who are doing game development and want to improve further or want to get into game development. I'm hoping that I can help you guys get a jump start on that and to develop your skills and understanding. Understanding is such a huge part of game development that right now that is not one of the core focuses. I've seen the developers speak about Mixtape, and they have a very aloof, arrogant attitude. Their attitude is, I don't give a shit, I'm just going to make whatever I want. And I don't think that's the right attitude to have. That is why they produced a game that is not fun. They've produced a game. I congratulate on them on that. It's not easy to produce something like that. They've made something that looks really good, but it is utterly incompetent from a storytelling and from a game perspective. It's utterly incompetent. And when you watch their interviews, it's obvious why. They don't care. They don't care about game development. And they've said it. They go, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to make whatever I want. Okay, but you will never improve. You will never become a competent game developer. You will never become a better game developer if your attitude is, oh, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm going to make art however I want it. That is not how you become an artist. That is not how artists think. That is a dilettante. That's how dilettantes think. And dilettantes don't improve. I'm not even supposed to be grinding here. Okay. I'll show you the Battle Coliseum a little bit. Kimchi Acid, I hope you enjoy. Okay, we are going straight for the Coliseum now. Okay, here we go. I'm ignoring everything. We're going to the Coliseum. That rug is the same pattern as those strawberry candies every grandma has in her purse. Ashkin, I know what candy you're talking about. That's the one that you get from Halloween sometimes. That pattern. And it's really hard, but there's kind of a goo on the inside. But if you don't eat that strawberry candy correctly, then it will slice your mouth open. It'll slice your tongue with zero mercy. Ooh, an item. Thank you. I got a green drop there. Of all of the games you have created, which is the one you are most proud of and why? That's really tough. That's so tough because I've just shipped this one and I'm very, very proud of this game, But I think the one I'm most proud of is Silver Falls Gaiden Deathly Delusion Destroyers. I like saying it wrong because in the 90s we didn't know how to say Gaiden, we said Gaiden, so I like saying Gaiden. So it's Silver Falls Gate and Deathly Delusion Destroyers on the Nintendo 3DS. And the reason why I'm proud of it is it has a battle system that's kind of a dream battle system for me for a JRPG. I refer to that game as a battle RPG because it doesn't have traversal and exploration, but there is a massive amount of depth to the battle system. It is all about the battle system. There is a visual novel style of storytelling for the characters, and people have told me they absolutely love the story, they absolutely love the music. Silver Falls Gate and Deathly Delusion Destroyers comes packaged with another game called Silver Falls Ruby River. Oh, check this out. So again, go off the beaten path, check these out. This is a Sphere of Hardiness. It's going to increase your max HP on your party. Okay, so I'm going to get into a tough battle when I finish this text prompt. Okay, so I'm going to pick that up, plus 30 for everybody, and then I have to take this battle seriously or I'm going to get jacked up here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pray. Let's go ahead and start out by praying. We got to stop that guy from grabbing. I'm going to chuck out a net. I got to get my summons out, throw that out, oil splash. I'm going to shout to slow everyone down, call out another summon. I'm going to reduce my... I should have done that sooner. Get the Carpenter. I'm going to switch Carpenter to the lead because I know he's going to have the highest damage output with that ability, and it looks like I've got party members that are grabbed here. I'm going to have to take this seriously or I'm going to lose my priest. I'm going to shout. Okay, I got my priest free. Okay, we have to take this really carefully here now. All right. We are going to pray that I don't lose my priest. I'm going to put priest in the lead so I have more direct control over him. Get the summon out. Get another summon. I'm going to use this for some damage output. We got to get the priest out of there. We got to get to a safe spot here. Okay, so we're going to try and zone this enemy out now. We have to be really careful that we don't end up activating other enemies. We got rid of that one. Okay, now we got to get our heals in. Focus on the heals. I'm going to get my hurry-ups. And we get the healing. We got the heal. We got to play it safe, call out another summon, and we got to get some health back on our priest or we're going to lose him. Okay, okay. Oh shit, see, that was tense. That was tight. So that what I just showed you is exactly how I envisioned this game, is you get into situations where you have to look at the enemies and you've got to make really good decisions. Otherwise, you're going to lose your characters. And that is, to me, is what makes this feel more like a JRPG, is having the menu open, having the skills, and responding to the situation through the menu-driven commands. To me, that's what makes this feel a bit more like a JRPG or a tactical RPG. And that's where the appeal comes from this, is you've got to play it. You've got to play it smart. You cannot just go in and hit enemies with a sword. That's not going to work in this game. You're going to lose your characters if you do that. So to me, that kind of thing is so exciting. I'm going to go ahead and try and get my heals in again. There we go. All right, we're safely going to the Colosseum now. If you stay on the road, generally, you'll be a little safer. So, yeah. Would you say this game is beginner-friendly for people not familiar with RPGs? I would say yes, because there is you can turn on easy mode, and easy mode makes the experience overall it's more relaxing, it's pretty chill, and it's less demanding. So I would say if you're a beginner with these kinds of games, absolutely just turn on easy mode and you can have an easier time. Okay, I don't want the Shrine of Power. You can go into the Shrine of Power. There's stuff that you can get from Shrines of Power, but what we actually want is the Colosseum. So we're going to travel and get my heals in again. Are the maps procedural? No, these are bespoke, handcrafted. These are very... a lot of care and attention went into designing the environments for this game. It's very purposeful. For example, the game will lead you to the next important location through these roads. So if you stay on the road, you will get to the next location. This is the Colosseums. This is where the game has infinite replay value. After you finish the final boss, you can try the final boss solo with different characters, but this is where you can try out different teams. So to me, this area, it was important to have a feature like this because it gives the game infinite replay. I want to increase the healing ability on my Sailor. Right now, my Sailor is wearing the Farmer Tunic. So right now, for example, if we use that, you see I'm only getting 10 out of that, right? We're going to give her the green sleeves now. Give her the green sleeves. Let's just reduce the cooldown on that. There we go. All right, we got my healing available again because I have 2 hurry-ups. We're going to hit the refreshment, and you can see now it does 20. Okay, we'll save. I'll do one Coliseum, but I know I'll get jacked up. And here's a tip as well. This is a secret. If you have space in your party, you can recruit the receptionist, and the receptionist is good. I'm telling you, I made her a little OP, a little bit, because if you speak to her, her story is that she really loves battles. You know, like she's super into battling, but she never gets to participate in the battle. She only gets to be the receptionist. And so to me, in my mind, that was a way to sort of get to have a sort of a little bit of a satisfying mini character arc when you recruit her. She goes, oh, I finally get to join in on battles. That's so cool. So you can leave one of your party spots blank. She's really good. She's got a healing move. She's got long range. I'll just go ahead and try one of the battles. Let's go to... I really like snowy areas. Oh, what's happening, you studs? Hello from San Jose, Silicon Valley. Hey, Robert, how's it going? Yeah, I grew up around San Jose. San Jose, the Central Valley, you know. Sailor Moon reference, you get it. You absolutely get it. So the Sailor character has the Beast Net, which stuns enemies. It stuns them for 7 seconds. And she has a healing move. So anyone that is a fan of Sailor Moon will absolutely understand that the Sailor's moveset is designed specifically to homage Sailor Moon. Also, one of her weapons is a staff. So there we go. She has a staff and a throwing hoop. Let's go ahead and go to the snow area, and we'll just do a battle call. I'm going to get jacked. These characters are not ready for this. Yeah, I'm going to get jacked up. Moon Tiara Magic. I could watch Sailor Moon any day. You know, I'll put it on while I'm working and just, you know. I really like the original dub. It's really charming. That's what I grew up with. But I'll watch the new one as well, you know. So I'm going to play this properly. I'm going to use my abilities the way that they're meant to be used. Okay, so you open that. You take a look at the situation. Shout it. You make me want to shout. I'm going to get a Beast Net out there. Actually, no. I'm taking a little bit of damage. I'll start it with that. Okay, there. If you have multiple builders, it's good to have multiple builders because... you can zone out the enemies. Having spacing control is so good. Okay, so I've got grab there, and that's bad. I don't want to get grabbed. Let's get another duck out. I 59 to some characters, some enemies. The fences are better for spacing. Okay, hold on. Get that out there. You know, and if you just like turn this on and you're in the middle of it, it's out of context, it looks chaotic. But you know, I think that's so important when it comes to the flow of being in the zone. Is to other people it'll look like total nonsense, but to you, when you're playing it, it makes complete sense because you're perceiving the environment, you're understanding what it is you need to do, and all of this makes sense to you. You know, we're gonna I'm getting destroyed right now. Hey, I got 15 enemies. That's a score of 200. Pretty good score. I have level 1 autism, and what's your thoughts about me collecting what I like to collect? I think you should collect what you like to collect. A lot of my friends have autism, and we all have a bunch of different hobbies. We share a lot of the same hobbies, you know, so engage in the hobby that you really like. If there's an interest that you like, I think pursue it, you know, and as long as you're not hurting anyone, you should pursue those hobbies and bring fulfillment and enjoyment to your life by doing what you enjoy. The funnies spill on me coffee. Let's see here. Can you have multiple of the same class in the party like 8 Sailor Moons? No, you can't. If you look at my shorts, I was sharing the game during development, and I had a glitch where it would replace all of the party members with one character. I'll share something with you guys. So if I do a lot of people have asked me if I'm going to make a sequel for this game. I will make a sequel if the game sells really well, and games like this only sell well through word of mouth. I'm just going to switch the music here. So, like, if you guys go and tell other people to check out the game, see if they like it or not, that is a huge help to me. So if this game sells well, I will do a sequel. There was one thing that I wanted to do for a sequel, and I wanted a dungeon where it was like, the dungeon was like the Mirror of Madness or something like that. And what the Mirror of Madness would do is it would replace all of your characters with your first party member. So I would actually use the glitch and build upon it, because there was a glitch that replaced all your party members with just the one. But these are all individual people.
they have their own lives, their own stories, so that's why you can't have multiple of the same class. But if I do a sequel and I do a dungeon that is the Mirror of Madness, to me that logically it makes sense to where now it's replaced all the party members and you have all of just the one character, and then you have to go through some section of the game and you can use all of just the one character that's been duped 8 times. To me, in the lore of the world, it has to make sense, and something like that I think is fun. You know, it makes it feel like, oh yeah, this dungeon, it was designed to sort of test a character, you know, to see who they really are. And so the idea of that, you know, it kind of works out. So my carpenter moves a little slower than everyone else. So we are going into the final dungeon now. We're going to see what it's like. I loved your point on how there's merit in learning a process rather than AIing it. When you learn how to use a brush, you learn the value of a stroke, but with AI, you don't even know why it has value. Exactly, 100%. You said it absolutely perfectly. It's the doing that gives your life meaning. It's the purpose why we're here on the earth is to do, is to feel and to experience. Let's see here. Press B button to jump. This one mini dungeon this was the first thing I thought of when I was conceiving the game, was this shrine here. So press B button to jump. Oh, what is a B button? Where do I find that? I've never heard of a B button before. How do you jump? I've never done a jump before. Do all heroes have a jump button? I've never seen one before. So that is, we know what a B button is. Heroes, technically, they know what a B button is, but these characters don't. Their B button doesn't jump. Nobody can jump. And that's because these are not heroes. A hero would get over this in no time. This would be a piece of cake for a hero. If they could jump, you don't have heroes that can jump. But you do have characters that can build crates. So you can kind of do what the hero can do, just it's worse. And so there are points. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. You see there's that ghost enemy? He can deal a ton of damage very quickly. What we're going to do is have the priest, and he's going to pray, and you can see the priest did 666 damage on that ghost, insta-killed the ghost. So that's one of the reasons why you want to have the priest. There's other characters that can pray as well. So the reason why this game has permadeath on by default is because if you lose the priest through permadeath, you will not be able to insta-kill the ghosts. There are a couple other characters that have prey, so go and grab the other characters. But if you lose all 3 characters that have prey, that means that you've made it very difficult to deal with ghosts. And to me, that's part of having consequences and problem solving through the game, and understanding the consequences of losing your priest are, if I lose my priest, it means that now I do have to fight the ghosts, and it's going to be very difficult. And that's what I had in mind when I thought about conceiving this game. I wanted you to understand that there are consequences to either doing well or doing poorly. This guy, I'll show you. No, I can go inside. I don't want to get jacked up by this guy, but he has a big attack, and you can disable his special attack. I'll save right here. I'll catch up with the chat. I wasn't looking at the chat. He's jacking up my guys. Catch up with the chat here. Mario in the game when actually we can in our next stream we'll create him. We'll create the character model. Let's pants Sungrand's house like he was in the office. If any streamers I watch ask for recommendations, I'll recommend this game. The world needs more whimsical, fun, chill games like this. Hey, I really appreciate that. The colors hurt my eyes. I have seen people that say that the colors are a little harsh on their eyes. I'm adding a CRT filter mode, so it will desaturate the game and make it look like a CRT, like it's running on an old monitor. So that's something that, it's important to listen to people. Yeah, these colors are the exact 52 colors from the NES. I didn't want to compromise on that, but it's important. If somebody says, the game is a bit too vibrant for me, how can you accommodate that without compromising your vision? And if I can add a CRT filter, it's a little desaturated, and then it makes it look like an old game, then that's a way that I can accommodate the feedback and requests from people. I'm going to go in here and not... Sungrand logo. Hey, you're kind of right. It is a little bit of the Sungrand logo. So, I don't remember what's in here. I'm going to try to not lose any characters. So we're going in. Oh, okay. So these rooms, the game remembers if you cleared that room. So you don't have to clear that room again. So this is what I mean when I say this game is a bit of problem solving, is that you see the enemies that are in there, and those enemies, if you go in through brute force, you're going to get jacked up. The game is designed to jack you up. But there are characters who have ways to deal with enemies that speed things up, that make it easier. For example, the ghost. You can pray the ghost away. There's other characters that can deal with other enemies a certain way. You can stop enemies from grabbing you. And if you clear that room, it's remembered. You can go back to town. You don't have to do this room again. Let's see. Okay, there's ghosts in here. There's ghosts. 4 ghosts. I'm going to pray the ghosts away. I 666'd them. That was stupid. I wasted experience points. If I had just hit them once, I would have got experience points on my characters. That was stupid. Okay. I wasted the experience points. Okay. I'm going to put a crate down for some spacing here. Carpenter in first place. I'm going to see if I can just do a little bit of building. Get my carpenter in first place. Hold on. Ow, guys. Come on. Okay. Okay, get some spacing down. Okay. Praying does stun them. I'll get that out. Get my summons. Gonna shout them. Get another duck out. Okay. The flow of this. I just want to feel. See how I've spaced out the other guy, so now I can deal with just one guy at a time. See how I've spaced him out? Okay, now I'm just going to try and cheese him. Oh, got him. My duck got him. So yeah. Remember, use spacing to your advantage. Build, trap the enemies, use your ranged attacks. There is a boss fight in that room, and I don't know if I'm going to get jacked up or not. Gobert, what? YouTube has a split screen ad break? I'm watching YouTube while an ad appears. Really? I've not heard that. Oh, wait. If you turn your phone sideways, an ad stays there. Sungrand, here's a video suggestion. Create a video showing your collections of items you like. Hey, sure, yeah, I can do that. How many classes are there? There's more than 50. So, in the town, there's just the base 50, but there's a couple more characters that you can get outside of that. And then after you beat the final boss, there's a few more that become available, and they're so different that they really mix things up. So, yeah. They all have very different strengths and weaknesses and capabilities, and that, to me, that just makes it really interesting to keep replaying and to try characters in a different way. I'm going to heal a little bit, and then I'm going to try and do the mini-boss in there. Okay. What you can do as well, when you walk into the building, the cooldown resets, so you can heal that way. This game looks fun. I'm so grateful for people that are playing it and enjoying it, you know. Anyway, let's go in. We're going to try the boss. Have you heard of the Spiffing Brit? He's a game exploiter / funny guy. Sometimes he looks at indie products and has millions of views. I haven't heard of him, no. Marin, yeah. Great idea with the colors. I'm brightening and oversaturating my colors because I know they're going to be put through an LCD shader. Yeah, that's a great approach. It's important to consider things like that. There's an item over there, but I can't get through the fire. You need someone who has a water-based ability, and I don't have anyone, so I cannot get that item over there. Okay. Would Sungrand ever go bald? No. No. Okay, so I'm going to play this. I got to do this battle seriously. Let's get some spacing down. I don't even... Okay, hold on. I'm not sure what this guy's going to do here, so let's try and get the net on there and stun him. Okay. I'm going to try and play it smart. Okay, I'm going to rely on this here. Okay. Okay, I think we can space this guy out now. So we're gonna fight him around that. I don't have that many ranged characters. I gotta remember to... Uh-oh. Okay. Get my team on this side here. Okay, I gotta get another duck. Let's get another duck. We gotta get our heals up. Okay, we'll get our projectiles out. Another summon. Okay. Get our team heal in there. Okay, KKK, we gotta watch our spacing here. So you can see our summons are doing a lot of the work here. He's jumped up. Oh, crap. Oh, no. Okay, he grabbed me. This is bad. Ah! Crap. This is not good. This is not good. I gotta get out of here. Okay, I am poisoned. I've got to. He's got someone grabbed. He's got my burger grabbed. Oh no! 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 My burger! I'm gonna lose my burger. Okay. Okay. We have permadeath off. We're just gonna. I'm already. Oh. Okay. I have permadeath off, so I could go and recruit the characters. So I've lost my burger. Right? It's just the burger that I've lost. Okay, let's try not to lose anyone else. Can you guys remember for me that the birder, so we can go and recruit the birder back in town? Oh, man. Okay. I'm crumbling under the pressure here. Okay. Okay. I'm crumbling under the pressure, because now I'm thinking I don't want to lose any other characters. He's going to keep grabbing. But if we hit him with the oil splash, it prevents him from grabbing. I got to play this smart. I got to get my spacing right. I got to get my summons out. I've lost my birder, so I've lost a summon. He's gone over the thing. Okay. I'm going to pray. That'll stop him for a second. Okay. I'm too scared to engage because he can grab. I gotta get some damage in there. All right, get the sailor to hit. Okay, I'm just gonna get some damage output. Okay. Okay. Can we stun him? Can we stun lock him? We gotta get that. We'll get another projectile. We're gonna shout him and stun him. Okay. Get some spacing out. I gotta get my cook on there. Looks like he can poison my guys, but the refreshments do restore some health. They restore health and they cure poison. Oh man, I'm crumbling under the pressure. Okay, we got to get some damage in there. If we can stun him, we can get some damage. All right, I'm going to shout him. We shout him, get some damage. Okay. Okay, we're going to go back to town and get our burger back. Burger. My family says that I don't need more of a collection, but I want to add to my collection. Burger King tacos. What do you collect? You collect Burger King tacos? Burger. We lost our burger. Okay. All right. Okay. We got to go back and get the burger. Get some burgers. Burgers. So, the Burger King tacos are so good. They are so good. We talked about it before. Massive fan. If you guys don't know the Burger King tacos, $2 for 2 tacos. The tacos are nice and fresh. The shell is crispy. It actually tastes like real food. It's the complete opposite of a Jack in the Box taco. And, you know, I've spent many years of my life addicted to the Jack in the Box tacos because they've got crack in them. The ghost of burger believes in you. I will go back and get my burger. And this is the consequence of losing a character is I think that's happening because the permadeath is off. So if I heal, I think the character will just heal if I go and heal up. So we'll do that. Burger King has a collage? Yeah, check your Burger King. They were the best tacos that I've had, and it's insane that I'm saying that because they shouldn't be good. Burger King tacos should not be good, but they were the best ones that I've had. Birder, I just met her. That NPC is sliding with no walk animation. There was sometimes a glitch happens, and I'm fixing a number of glitches that broke through as I was submitting the game. And a lot of that had to do with adding the permadeath and then not removing the character. So there's a couple things I'm fixing up. There's a number of typos and things. There's requests that I'm adding to the game. So yeah, the game will be updated, and I'll be fixing a couple things there. You know, there's a couple brute force methods I had to do in here to make sure that the game did exactly what it was supposed to do. So every game has glitches in it. Whether or not those glitches negatively impact the gameplay experience is what's most important. See, like that, she's not supposed to be there like that. That's a glitch that made it through to the end. And when you're working on a game, there's so much you have to consider when you're working and getting a game ready to ship. So let's see what happens now. If I heal, is that going to restore that? All this talk about burgers is making me hungry. Brute forces. As a gamer, I love a bit of jank, but as a dev, it's my worst fear. Yeah, you don't necessarily want jank unless it's supposed to have jank for some funny reason on purpose, you know? So, and that was part of the being able to turn off the permadeath. And with permadeath, that option on, that's what causes that character to do that. And it was either that, or if I had made it to where the character could still follow you around, it would be unclear why that character isn't engaging. Having that character, you know, what I need to do is have that character just be knocked out. But the character being pushed is not a glitch. Having that character being pushed is part of the invisible walls. The invisible walls make sure that your characters cannot leave the screen. So that's not actually a glitch. When you have multiplayer turned on, you can have other players controlling the characters, and there are invisible walls. There are invisible boundaries that stop the character from walking and just going wherever they want because the camera stays focused on the main character. So the actual glitch is the character not being in the knocked down position. What it should be is that instead of the character standing there, when you enter another room, the character should be in their knockdown animation. So that's what the actual glitch is. The character being pushed around is not the issue. I feel some jank is endearing. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's part of the experience, and sometimes we find it, and it's a huge part of the charm. You know, you talk about the missing number, you know, the missing no glitch from Red and Blue. That's so janky, but it's a huge part of the charm of those games. You know, I wish there was a big head mode in this game. I 100% agree with you. I am a big fan of big head mode, and I did want to have big head mode. I just didn't have it in this game. I considered putting it in the extras or making it unlockable. I just didn't have time. There was so much work to do on this game. So let me see. So now we've defeated one of the phantoms. There's 4 phantoms that you have to defeat in the final dungeon. We got rid of one. Let's go in. I'm going to use my green drop to... so my birder got killed, right? Oh, that's only because she got grabbed. If she didn't get grabbed, she wouldn't got killed. Who has the lowest HP? Let's go ahead and we're going to... Okay, let's level up the armor on the delivery man just a little bit. And then we're going to attempt another phantom. If you can get through 4 phantoms, then you can access the final boss. We're going to try it. I love missing no. I cannot play Red or Blue without doing the missing no glitch. I've tried to not do it. And I have to do it. It's just too fun. Ice cream, candy, food, shopping at a mall would be great right now. I've got ice cream in the fridge, but I don't eat it very often. I have ice cream like once every 7 months. You know, it's important to watch your sugar intake. What you thought about Gen Z bringing history back alive, as in the thing before their time? So I'll share with you my honest thoughts on that. I don't believe in labeling people by generation this or generation that, you know, millennials, Gen Zs, or whatever. I don't believe in that. You can do it if you want. For one, I believe it's reductive, because now instead of viewing someone as an individual, which you should do, you should view every person as the individual that they are. View people for who they are, and don't just lump them in. Once you put a label on someone like that, you're dehumanizing them, and it means I don't care about who this person actually is. I already know everything about them because this is the name, this is the label that I've given them. So I don't believe in Gen Z. I don't acknowledge that those labels mean anything, because we just made that up, because we just want to be able to group people together so we can make generalizations and lie and say, oh, Gen Zs are stupid, millennials are stupid, boomers are stupid. I don't believe in those labels. So that's my thoughts on that. And I don't believe that there is this generic, general term that we can use to describe people. So those are my thoughts. LMAO, my brother wrecked a red cart trying to get missing. Oh no! So the cart died? Dude, oh man, I felt like pain in my kidneys just then. That sucks. I'm sorry for your loss. Very true. People are people, not labels. Yeah. What is good is that if you socialize with someone that was born, you know, in the same decade, that grew up in the same decade as you, there are cultural similarities that you guys can share. The media that you consumed will have will be very similar, and that is what is fun and exciting. But a lot of my friends are older than me. I have a lot of friends in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and I'm just as good friends with those people as I am with people that are in my age group. It doesn't matter that the media that we grew up with is different. We can still connect to each other on a human level, and my guy got grabbed, and his health is going to drain away. If you get grabbed, the best thing to do is just throw out an oil splash. That's going to prevent enemies from grabbing any further. So, yeah, that's a trap. That little gap in there is a trap. Don't go in there. You get grabbed. We're going to try another boss. This game is funny. Yeah, I want it to be funny, but it is serious gameplay. It's serious RPG elements. But there's less RPG elements than a straightforward JRPG. You have to decide as a developer, you have to decide what the core focus is. What do you want people to focus on when they are playing your game? And the core focus was having a massive team and using the individual abilities of the team members to get through the final dungeon. We're going in for another Phantom, guys. We're going for a Phantom run. I need to go back and save. Very nuanced by the look of it. Let's get the Rainforest Cafe in Sungrand's living room. I haven't been to a Rainforest Cafe. I watched Eddie Burback. He did a video on Rainforest Cafe. I really enjoyed that. I've never even seen a Rainforest Cafe. I would absolutely, going back to Lurking Need Food. Hey, take care. Thanks, Real V2K. Fractum stole your IP and is releasing Silver Falls on Steam. I don't know who Fractum is. Let's see here. What's a Fractum? What is that? Burger's Revenge Time. Okay, we're gonna go up here. I'm not sure if I've already defeated this Phantom on the save file, but I'm pretty sure this enemy has... He shoots out a fire projectile, which you can pick up. Okay.
Impudent whelp, what do you hope to accomplish here? Behold my power, the greed brought forth from the fallen hero of destiny. Arise! The darkness within your own soul will become your undoing. Now, suffer, miserable creature. Give me your despair.
Okay, let's go ahead and start out. What we're gonna do, we're gonna let this guy, I know he's not gonna grab. Stun him. I wanna get these crates out. So I know he's got projectiles. I wanna try and grab the projectiles with the net. Okay, he's stunned right now. Let's get some hits in while he's stunned, you know. Okay, so he will put a projectile. Ow, he charged. Okay. Let's get that down there. Okay, see, that's what I want. You see how he puts down that hazard there? That hazard does a lot of damage, but you can grab it. Grab that with the net, and you will get fire gems. I need to take the battle seriously, or I'm going to get killed here. So, we are taking damage. We're taking a lot of damage. I did want the fire gems. The fire gems let you level up your summons. I got to play it correctly, though. I got to do this properly. So if you want fire gems, this is one place you can get. You can get fire gems from the Colosseum as well. There is an enemy that'll do fire gems, but I'm clearing it out. I do want the fire gems, but also I don't want to bump into the fire gems, into that fire projectile, because that's going to do a lot of damage. He keeps going over my blocks, which really sucks for me. Okay, see if I can zone him out in some way. My hoops are doing a fair bit of damage. Let's go ahead, get my summons out. Make sure we get our spacing done real good. Okay. 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 I need my net. I need my net. So every Phantom plays differently. They have different approaches, different strategies. So you have to deal with each Phantom a different way. They have different abilities. I gotta be really careful here. My priest has taken some damage. Okay, call it my summons. Another summon. There we go. You might start throwing those projectiles, but the summons are doing a lot of work for me, actually. Okay. Go ahead and chuck that out. I 21'd him. Let him throw his projectile. I'll pick it up with a net. Okay, I'll grab that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on, come on, come on. Got hit. I got hit. Okay, I'll grab him. My healing in. My priest. I might lose my priest. We might have to go back to town and grab him. Okay. Get another duck out. Okay, we armor broke him. He got armor broken. Let's hit him. Let's hit him. He's armor broke, guys. Let's get him in the corner. Ah, my priest, my priest. Uh-oh. Okay. Chuck that there. Get rid of that. Ooh. For example, the other phantom we were fighting had a grabbing ability, and that's how we killed my birder. He grabbed her and choked her out. That duck is doing a lot of heavy lifting here for us. Okay. Got to keep my guys alive. I need my heal moves up. Let's get some healing in there. What we're going to do is I'm going to chuck that out, actually. Chuck a net so that he's stunned. I'm going to get some damage in. There we go. We didn't even lose a character. There we go. Spirit Away, what is that? I wanted the masks to look like a sort of a Japanese ghost character. That previous song actually made me a bit nostalgic for, ironically, both Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core and The Sims on PSP. The PSP is such a great console, man. I played so much PSP, but these days I like playing it on an emulation device for the bigger screen. The PSP that I have right now has been modded. I've shown it on the channel, I think, but that's the one that I did the transparent blue mod. Portable toilet on trailer as you drive away with it. It's someone using it at the same time. I feel like that might be a scene out of a comedy movie. So, see, I want to go back to town and heal. I wanted to heal. I gotta save. So I've got 2 phantoms down. I gotta try and get the other phantom. Okay, I'm gonna go for the other phantoms now. Spirited Away is a Miyazaki movie, that's right. So the ducks did a ton of heavy lifting in that. So I had considered... I love the PSP, I don't blame you on the con, and the controls don't always feel great. The analog stick is kind of, it's sometimes a little scrapey. So I had considered fast travel. I 100% put a fair amount of thought into considering, should I add fast travel here to go back to town? And I decided no on that. And there's multiple reasons. You have to put consideration into these. If I had put fast travel in, it would make it more convenient for the player. But there is a concept that I consider as fun inconvenience. There is a point at which you make a game so convenient that it's no longer fun. And you have to consider, is something less engaging now because you've made it too convenient? If I had put a fast travel there, it'd be easy to put a fast travel in there to let the player go back into town. You've removed the challenge and the punishment. The challenge of this game is you trying to get through that final dungeon. You taking damage, even if you haven't lost a character, you still need to heal your characters somehow. And if you let the character just fast travel back and immediately heal, you are shifting the focus away from this feeling like a world that these characters have to deal with. It then starts to feel like just another game. Do you know what I mean? It's just another game where you can fast travel everywhere and you start being disconnected from the world. When you make things too easy and convenient, you disconnect from it and makes it feel less like what the core concept and the core focus is. And the core focus is, these are characters that live in the world. That is the most important thing here, is that they live in the world and it is very inconvenient. This world is kind of hostile. The world is inconvenient for them because these are not the heroes. And that is what is so important. You need to make sure that you reinforce that with every decision that you make, every consideration. You need to make sure that you follow through on that. And I balance that out with the actual punishment. So the punishment for taking damage is you have to go back to town. In reality, it takes like a minute, right? It takes like a minute to walk back to town and then another minute to walk to the final dungeon. So the actual punishment is not that bad. And so that is something that I had considered. There is a punishment, but it's not that bad. It's like a minute of walking. So there we go. And this is not a walking simulator because you're still engaging with enemies. You are actively making decisions on whether or not to engage with enemies. There are hazards for you to deal with, and that adds hazards and intentions. So you can either go and deal with the enemies, you can use some abilities to run past them, It's an active situation where you actively make choices, or you can go and explore. And it's not a walking simulator because this is an environment where you actually interact with it. There's discoverability. You actually find items that make your character stronger. If you walk off the beaten path, you will find environments. The game actually is designed to try and push you off the path sometimes so that you find the shrines. The shrines of power are pretty important to the lore of the story as well. So there's a lot of consideration that goes into it. And dealing with the hazards of the enemies is a huge part of it. And at the end of the day, it's just a minute of walking. It's not that big of a deal. But it's more important to focus and reinforce the core concept of the game. Walking sims are... Yeah, it's like a... You could make a walking sim in RPG Maker. You know, if it's just making your character walk through environments, you know, it can be 2D RPG Maker walking sim. You can... So that those projectiles that enemy shoots at, you can actually grab those, but it does not give you anything that's useful. How? Do I need it in time? No. I'm gonna let him throw it. I'm gonna try and catch it. I don't know why I'm wasting my time, because now I'm taking damage. I'm just kind of trying to show you something here. So you can see I added a mud ball. So I picked up mud balls. You don't actually use those for anything. There was stuff that I had in mind that I thought, oh, if I want the player to be able to enhance other things, I'll have the mud ball in there just in case. So that was kind of like a fun little Easter egg that you can catch the mud balls. And if I had time to add more features, you would be able to use the mud ball as a crafting resource. Is there a lasso? This game does not have a lasso. It has a catching net, though, a beast net. You can stun the enemy for 7 seconds with a beast net. Okay, I should heal while I'm going on the way as well. And part of why I left this in here, why I purposefully made it, it's inconvenient having to walk back and forth. One of the huge reasons I left this in here is because if you spend the time to make your team strong enough, your team can get through battles without taking that much damage. And if you play better, the better that you play, you are rewarded for playing battles better. If you do very well in these battles, you will take less damage. And the reward for doing well in a battle is that you don't have to walk back to the town to heal. That is an active reward for doing well in these battles. If I did not leave that walking in there, then there would be way less cohesion, because it means, what's the point then? It doesn't matter whether you do well or do poorly, you're still walking back to town. So I purposely made it to where if you do well in these battles, if you don't take that much damage, then you won't have to walk back to town. I am getting jacked up. These guys are very grabby. You're supposed to deal with these guys with ranged weapons. Yeah. These are meant to be very... These are endgame enemies, right? They're meant to be absurdly powerful and annoying. You're meant to use ranged characters to fight them. I don't have that many ranged characters right now. And you have to use anti-grabbing strategies as well. So if you have a way to stop enemies from grabbing you, do it. My ducks, heaven bless my ducks, they're doing a lot of work for me here. Okay, let's get the prayer. Get our prayers out, everybody. Get your prayers out. Yeah, okay. Everyone, get your prayers. There, you see how I did pretty well in that battle. I didn't take that much damage. The reward for that is I don't have to walk back to town to heal. What I am going to do is just use my healing ability, and I'm going to save. It's the journey and the immersion, absolutely. Sungrand is better than the big studio that makes trash nowadays. I appreciate that. I wouldn't want to compare myself to other studios or anything like that. My goal is to just make something for people to believe in and for people to enjoy. So I'm just going to use my abilities and heal up here. My priest and my beastkeeper. Maybe I'll put my priest in first place and then just try and wing it. See? I'm going to save and go for it. So this is my reward. I did pretty well, so I don't have to walk back to town. This game, LOL. I like the way Morrowind handles fast travel, keeping it restricted to silt striders and boats to retain immersion. Immersion is a huge deal, and if your fast travel can contribute to the immersion, that's a big deal as well. I love a Hogwarts Legacy, but once I got the broom, I absolutely overuse it. I screwed myself out of a lot of those experiences there. At the end of the day, it's up to us to decide how we use the fast travel. Don't mind Agathian Spy. Agathian Spy just says things that are funny, just trying to get a reaction out of people. But no, Agathian Spy's legit. They're not a troll. It's just someone trying to have fun. Good night. All right, Since Man, take care. Have a good night. Okay. I forgot what this guy does. Ow. Oh, hold on. Let me get my stuff out. I forgot what this... I'm just going to have to watch him and see what he does. I'm going to shout him first, get my summons out. Prayers up, everybody. Prayers up. Okay, I got to... Now. What does he do? What do you do? Bro, what do you do? Tell me what you do. Am I healing him? Yeah. Oh! Okay, he has a big area attack. Okay, he's got a big special attack. That's what he does. Do I have a way to stop that? So, praying briefly stops him from using special attacks. That's the only way I have of stopping him from doing that move. If I get caught in that, it's going to be a massive amount of damage. So that's going to be rough. There are ways to stop him from using special attacks. There are some characters that have something called the Wisdom Hoop. Nobody here has the Wisdom Hoop, which really sucks. If he gets hit by a Wisdom Hoop, that prevents him from using a special attack. Ah, that was a big hit. I got hurt bad. I hurt bad. I'm going to try and hit him with the Carpenter here. Yeah, I 61'd him. Okay. I'll shout him. If I can prayer him, though, the prayer will briefly prevent him from using that move, but it doesn't last very long, so that's going to be rough here. Okay, we prayered him. Let's go ahead. What do I got? Okay, I'm just looking at my abilities. I got my heal in. We got him locked. We're going to hit him while he's in the corner. Get that in there. Another summon, a heal. We're going to shout him. Get that out there. Let's stun him. We're going to stun him. We got 7 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're going to get the priest to pray on him. I'm going to pray right up on him, and that'll stop him from using his special attack. He's still armor broken and locked. Let's see. We got to take advantage of it. Yeah! Oh! Ooh, was good. Did well. Do the different colored no-face guys represent different types and abilities, or is it just color? Totally different move sets, different abilities. And they're meant to be phantoms that are extracted from someone's soul, so that's why I use the same model for them, but the masks themselves have different designs, but the camera's so far away that you can't actually see the masks, so the masks are different. But the way I conceived of it is, so what the Dark Wizard does is he extracts the darkness from your soul, and the darkness is represented by 4 different concepts, and so that's what those phantoms are. And they have different stuff, and you have to deal with them in different ways. So after I figured out what his gimmick was, that guy's gimmick was that big special attack. So you have to focus on stopping him from taking advantage of that. I'm going to make sure my laptop went to sleep. Don't want to burn in my OLED. That you have an OLED on your laptop? Oh man, I've never had a laptop that's had an OLED screen. Way back when OG EverQuest, there was almost non-existent fast travel. You sometimes formed little pickup parties to travel fast. So in a game like an MMORPG, where the core focus is on exploration and moving to somewhere new and then backtracking, that's why it's important to have fast travel. Because you need to make sure that you reinforce that core concept. Let's see. I'm just going to heal up. See, I did reasonably well. That means that I don't have to walk back to town. And that's my reward for being a good boy and getting them RPG things done. Okay, I've saved multiple times, didn't I? Okay. I've got 1 phantom left, I think. All right, see, there's 1 fence left, or 1 gate left. That leaves this guy. We're going in. I don't know what this guy's shtick is. I think there's still an enemy in here. Okay, good. We killed this enemy. All right, and now we have 1 guy to defeat.
What do you feel? What gives meaning to your pitiful existence?
Hold on, wait. Let me put on some music that's from the game, actually. Let me... Hero of Destiny. Zahiro. Grabbing the soundtrack. I'm going to grab the soundtrack here. Okay. Again, if we still have copies of the game to give away, so if people want a copy of the game, just let me know. Okay, we are going to put on the boss fight music here. Okay, drag that right up on in there. Oop. Okay, we got the boss fight music. We got Cursed Castle of the North. Okay. That's the music there. Let me know if the music is ever too loud or unbalanced, okay? Let me get my chat opened up again. Do you have a specific streaming schedule? Hello. No, I don't. I stream when it fits into my development, whatever. If I'm working on something where it sort of fits in, then I'll do that. Most of the time, it's me working on my games when I'm streaming. Oh, crap. Okay, this guy's a really good projectile. So let me see what I've got here. If I... Praying again, it prevents him from using a projectile for a very short amount of time. I might put that down. That's just a stuns. There's so many other moves in this game. There's so many other abilities. And there are ways that you can stop him. You have Befuddle. I'm pretty sure Befuddle will let you stop the enemy from using their projectile entirely. So I don't have that. There are characters that have that. They can make... there are fights that can... Oh, yeah. There are fights that can become extremely difficult that you can make them very easy by having just the right character. Is my prayer ready? Everybody, let's go ahead and pray. Get prayers up, everybody. Let's go ahead and pray up on this bad boy right here. We're going to get him prayer on there. I threw that, but there wasn't no need for that. I'm going to go ahead and get my prayer up. Prayers up. I'm going to pray up right up on this bad boy. I'm going to pray up right up on him. Go and get my duck up there. Now, I got Birder in first place. Birder. I'm not saying Birder from DBZ. Birder. Yes. Right? I threw that out. Okay. Go ahead and get him on there. Yeah, we got him stun locked. Okay. Okay. Heal. Can I trap him in the corner? Nobody puts baby in the corner. I got my guy I trap one of my guys. Oh, if he's up on the box, it makes the projectile miss me. I got one guy trapped. Okay. I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm playing really carelessly here. I'm going to pray up right up. I got to pray right up on him here. Okay. Pray right up on him. Get my ducks up in there. Get another summon. I gotta get my heals up. Okay. 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 Get another duck up in there. Get my refreshments. I'm gonna pray right upon him. Praying's doing a lot of work, actually. It's stopping him from throwing those out. Nailed it. Nailed it. Everybody, you can pray for victory, and that's what we did. We prayed for victory. Chase! So what level are my dudes right now? 12, 14, 10, 20. Beastkeeper's ready for the Coliseum. Once you're in the 20s, you can do pretty well in the Coliseum. I took a fair amount of damage. I took a goodly sum of damage, so I'm heading back onto town. I do love how they better. Chase! I'm trying not to peek the mic. That'd be annoying if I peek the mic. This is a situation where I think I might want to go back and heal. Now we're up to the final boss. Now we're going to do the final boss. All right, guys, we're doing it. We're going to do the final boss right here live. We're doing the final boss live on live stream. We can easily see the difference in masks, Sungrand. Oh. Agathian, I already own this game because I'm a super fan. Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks for that. But if there's anyone new that would like a copy of the game, just let me know. I'll get you a copy of the game. I think your art style shot you in the foot in this one. Well, that's true. You have to consider whether or not people are going to like it, but the core people that I was aiming this for are people that recognize the NES color scheme. And I've gotten a huge response from people that absolutely love the color scheme, and they like the aesthetic of it. So that was a risk. Every decision that you make as a developer, and this is a serious discussion, everything there's a risk of either people liking it or disliking it. And this was a decision where I knew exactly what the vision was, what I was trying to evoke. I was evoking 8-bit games. The color scheme is 8-bit, and the visuals from that era are cute. There's no getting around it. They're adorable. And so when you have a situation where things are cute, you have a huge amount of artistic freedom to lean into having a bit of darkness in other areas. And there's something interesting about the juxtaposition of having these adorable characters dealing with concepts that are quite dark. if you have the art style hyper realistic and you have these dark concepts, it doesn't have the same edge. And the darker concepts in the character dialogue in the story here have a more effective edge to them because you have these characters that just look too cute to be dealing with this kind of thing. And so that was my thought process with this. It evokes the exact era that I want people to have. This game is the most effective game that I've created. It's 100%, it achieves 100% exactly what I set out to do with this game. And so I know that there are people that just won't like the color scheme, that won't like the visual style, and that's fine. You cannot be worried or concerned about that. Once you've made your bed, you have to lie in it. I've already considered how people may respond to this, and the vast majority of people that I've heard from absolutely love this. So that's my process behind that. So true. No way to please everybody. Absolutely, you know? And if people don't like it, there are other games that they can play that fit their tastes. So aim for your vision, and whether or not people like it, it's going to happen. Make a game for everybody and you make a game for nobody. Absolutely 100%. You know, that's right. Oh, we got to save our boss fight music for when we get to the boss. Brings to mind the remake for Link's Awakening, very diorama and toy-like, but that's basically just a different take on the way the original game looked. Yeah, and the characters have this similar kind of beady-eyed look to them. There's a very specific reason I chose this aesthetic, why I created this aesthetic. One, it looks similar to the old characters that we recognize, to the old sprites, but these characters look too cute. They look naive, and they look so derpy. It looks like they have no idea. They don't understand what's going on. They look kind of dopey, right? They have no idea what they're getting into. These characters are saying, yeah, let's go and we'll defeat the dark wizard in the forest and we'll probably be home in time for dinner. You guys have no idea what you're doing, you know? And that is part of the appeal of these characters, is they have no idea what they're getting into. They are ill-suited to this task. They just look too cute for this. They should not be doing this. And that reinforces the theme of this game. And what I want people to think and feel is that you're too cute. You can't be doing this. This isn't right. The legendary Zoltan, I bought it. I haven't beat it yet, but I like the concept. Cool concept. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Love the blinking animation. I specifically created the timing on the blinking animation to make them look more stupid. They just look... I wanted them to look dopey and naive. And so the blinking is actually pretty slow to reinforce that. So, yeah, I just wanted them to look kind of naive and dopey. Guys, we are doing it. We are going for the final boss. They look like they share one adorable brain cell. Yeah, I think you said it better than I did. I went on and on, but I think you said it. It looks like they have no idea what's going on. They're just going for a walk. There's a very specific reason why I have them doing this walk animation as well. Is in the old games, there often was not a run animation. There was a walk animation, and it gives it an air of nonchalance. Like, the world is in danger, right? This dude is destroying the world. Why are you just walking? What are you doing? And so I specifically chose this speed, and I created this animation specifically because it makes them look like they're just going for a stroll. And it's the juxtaposition of, hey, this is serious, man. Like, you're going up against a wizard who killed the hero of destiny. So the wizard is very strong, and these people just look so aloof. Going for a walk. Ooh, we gotta save, though. Don't forget to save. Is there a drunkard class? No, there isn't, but when you say that, what I really like in games is when there's a drinking mechanic where you can go to a tavern or a bar and you can get your character to drink, and then your character gets drunk, and then the screen's all wobbly. It's like, sure, I'm not trying to celebrate, I'm not trying to tell young kids, like, oh, you should go and get drunk. I just think it's so funny, and it's really cool when a game has that, when it has a drinking mechanic.
So, you have defeated the phantoms born of the hero of destiny.
Bad Fur Day Club level, yeah.
Perhaps the darkness within you is even greater. Come then, approach. Let me gift you with glorious despair.
I actually did want to voice act Caesaroth, but I didn't have time. I had so much work to do, and balancing the combat was my focus on this. It took so much effort to balance the combat, all of the abilities. It took an absurd amount of work. So there's a lot of things I didn't get to do. Sazeroth round 2.
Do you not feel fear? Have you even the tools to defeat me? You have no hope. I will show you the emptiness of your soul.
A drunken masterclass. Yeah, where they drink more and then their stats go up, you know? I fully voiced my game coming out soon. Dude, Agathian Spy, share your game with me, dude. Tell me about your game. Go in the Discord, DM me. I want to see your game. I want to hear about it.
Insignificant insect, what business have you in my chambers?
Hello, could you please stop creating more monsters and attacking our village? We would like to have our peaceful lives back. Can you please stop?
Power has no purpose if it is not used. Come, bear witness to the emptiness of your existence. I will use my abilities to draw out the darkness of your own soul. I will create phantoms in you that will rend you asunder. Your greed, your revenge, your vanity, your hatred, show them to me. The greater your darkness, the more powerful the phantom. Now, phantoms of your soul, arise!
How long does it take for the phantoms to come out? I don't feel any different. Is that supposed to happen? Should my phantom have come out by now?
What? What is the meaning of this? Where is your greed, your revenge, your vanity, your hatred? Can it be? Do you not have any aspirations of greatness? Do you not have lust for riches and fame?
I just want to live my peaceful life. I would like to enjoy living peacefully in my village. I want to do my job during the day and sleep peacefully in my bed at night. I want to eat a nice meal and sit quietly at home listening to the crickets outside chirping. I don't even want to be here. I would like to go home now.
This cannot be. Do you mean to tell me you are not a hero?
No, I am not a hero. I am just me.
How was it possible you defeated the phantoms and reached my chambers if you are not even a hero? Are you truly so simple that there is no darkness in your soul at all?
I don't know. I never thought about that before.
The hero of destiny was so easy to defeat. I drew the phantoms out of his soul right out. He was so driven by a lust for power. He cast aside the artifacts of destiny for mere props, forgeries, and fakes. Nevertheless, I shall dispatch of you myself. Prepare yourself, vile animal. Let Sazeroth, the savior of this cruel world, grant you the ecstasy of a painful end.
Oh, okay. Whoop. Hold on, let me put on the boss music here. Oh, so you are the storyteller. Whoever asked that like an hour ago. So real. Okay, man, I will join this Discord. Yeah, we'll see you in the Discord. The link is in the description. I just updated it. Okay, so we have Sazeroth. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, whoa. Yeah. He can really mess you up with those tornadoes. So you can catch the tornadoes with the net. I'm going to pray him away. I'm going to get your prayers up, everybody. I'm going to pray right up on him. Pray right up on him. But I do want my catching net. So I'm going to get my Beastkeeper up front. And if we've got to get our summons out. Summons out, prayers up. Summons out, prayers up. Y'all know what I'm talking about. First, we're going to stun him. I'm going to put a stick in. I'm going to throw a stick in your eye. Okay, get my summons right on out. If he throws that tornado out, I got it. What's he doing? Ah, that's a lot of damage. Okay, prayers up, everybody. Everybody, prayers up. Pray right up on him. I'm pray right up on this. Ow, tornado. And I don't have my catching net. I have my end leg. Okay, get another summons out. I gotta get my catching net ready. Okay, we're gonna catch that. I thought it'd be cool to let you have the tornado gem. You can't use it for anything, but it lets you know how many tornadoes you've caught. Okay, I'm going to pray right up on him. I don't want him using that big special attack. That one messes me up. Go to spacing out or summons. He doesn't grab, so there's no point in using Oil Splash. Delivery man, hurry up. Okay. No, we got this in the bag. As long as I don't let him hit me. As long as I don't let him hit me with the with that big attack. Praying is doing a lot. You see that praying is really helping me with these battles. Actually, if I didn't have the prayers and the ducks, it's ducks and prayers, that's what has got us to this point. My hoops are doing a goodly sum of damage as well, and spacing. The hoops, remember, the hoops slow down enemy movement. So it's really ducks and prayers is what's getting us through these fights. Dude, look at the ducks! They're jacking them! Look at the ducks! Get him, duck! Get him! Get him, boy! Get him! I'm gonna pray right upon him. I gotta get my beast out. I got my beast and my ducks. Pray right upon him. You gotta get them ducks up there. Get them ducks right up. I'm feeling arrogant, right? But if I get hit a couple times, yeah! The ducks and prayers, everybody. Ducks and prayers. Everybody, ducks and prayers. Ducks and prayers. Y'all know what I'm about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Pray right upon that bad boy. Ducks and prayers. I think Caesar should have been scaled to 3 times or something. I did want to make him bigger. I hear you on that. I wanted to make him more intimidating, but I also wanted to make him feel like he fits in with the world. And I'm going to tell you a secret that I've not told anyone before. So you guys are the only ones. And this may be the only time that I say this. I was considering making Caesaroth recruitable. Because all of his moves are in there. So again, I'm telling you guys, I ain't telling anybody else. Caesaroth was almost recruitable, but then that meant I had to program an entirely new end boss if Caesaroth is in your party. Wouldn't it have been cool if it was like, you know, I don't know. But I did. Are we back? Are we back? Sorry, I unplugged my USB hub for a sec. Yeah, I considered making Caesaroth recruitable. I ripped out my USB. Are we back? Can you hear me? Hello, I think we're back. Praise be to ducks. Praise be to ducks. So, you're right, Agathian Spy. Caesaroth was going to be bigger. He was probably going to be not 3 times, but double the size of that. But I decided I wanted to make him feel in this world he was almost recruitable. I got so close to making him recruitable. And I'll tell you guys, and I'm not going to say it again anywhere else. It was going to be. I was going to let you have a secret passage to sneak around the back, and by sneaking around the back, you avoid the hitbox. There's like an event box that triggers the cutscene. So by walking around the back, you avoid the event box, and then you could talk to him and recruit him. And I was going to have it to be where you listen to him, and he would be like, no one's ever really just talked or listened to me before. And he's so appreciative that you listen to him that he just decides to stop creating evil monsters, you know? And then they would be like, do you want to go back to our village? And you would go, yeah. But to me, that actually lessened the impact of Caesaroth. And I decided I just wanted him to be just an evil guy. Recruit stays only on game beat. Possibly. Maybe in like a future update, maybe in a sequel. But I wanted him to just be evil for this. And you have to decide whether you want your villain, your antagonist to have depth and redeemable, and whether you want them to be relatable. And in this situation, I didn't want him to be relatable, but I got so close. I was so close to having recruitable Caesaroth. Thanks, guys. Praise be to ducks. Yeah. Then Berter takes the throne of evil in his place. Yeah, whoever's in first place becomes the new villain.
But how? What do you want from this world?
I want to spend my time taking care of the animals. They trust me. I must not let them down. My birds, my beautiful birds. I want to see them and tell the world about them. Oh, there's a funny... That's a typo. Look, it says birds instead of birder. I wonder how that happened. We'll have to fix that. You guys remind me to fix this typo. The name says birds when it should say birder. I want to see them and tell the world about them. People must have homes in which to live safely. I will continue to do my job. People need food to eat. I will cook good food for my people. Too many evil villains have retcon, so it's nice to see just an evil villain. Yeah, exactly. It's just I didn't want this to be about Caesaroth. This was about the characters. That's what this story is about, the NPCs. People need to have their mail and parcels delivered. I must fulfill the duty I was born to do. That's one of the things I wanted to explore with this as characters that felt like, I was born, this is why I was born to do this. So that's something I thought was fun to explore. To guide those who are lost back into the light of faith, that is my reason to exist. Feeling the wind through my hair as we sail through the seas, that is living. People love a good story. Someone must be there to tell those stories.
Such simple idiotry. The world is broken and sick. Don't you want me to cure this world?
No, thank you. No, thanks.
Curse you to the depths of your goddess. I leave this world to such simple fools.
Sure, but have him in party only after beating base game to have his abilities in party for fun. I would not say no. In a future update, I would not say no to having some cheat code way to get Caesaroth. I wouldn't say no to that, because I think that's sick as hell. I think if something is sick as hell, you should do it. I want to go back to my life of... This is a secret, I'll tell you guys. You can recruit the princess. I don't want to spoil it for people. If you have space in your party, if you have an extra slot, go ahead and press L on her and you can recruit her. She's the only character that has magic. She does actually have magic. It's so nice to see certain sides of villains because it's become too common. Just because evil is refreshing. Oh, thank you, brave hero. That's terrible. I'm not doing that. Can I get the voice actor from who does Zelda? Who hath slain... Oh, thank you, brave hero, who hath slain the monsters and defeated... Wait a minute. You're not the hero of Destiny. The hero of Destiny was killed by the Dark Wizard Caesaroth. The Dark Wizard is gone now, though, so it's fine. I want to go home and have dinner. Oh, I've been waiting here quite a while and I'm famished. May I come with you, level 0 princess? You don't have room for any... So, go ahead, go back to town, remove one of your party members, come back and recruit the princess. I have an important purpose of... Delda. I'm so glad you laughed at that. I specifically made the name Delda because I thought it was very funny. To me, this is funny. Having Princess Delda. Cruella de Vil is a good example of... Yeah, she's just evil. Yeah. I don't like that they tried to make her likable and relatable. I don't like that. Congratulations, you have defeated the Dark Wizard Caesaroth, says Princess Delda. By the light of your courage, you have saved the land of Alta. Okay. Wait a minute. You aren't the hero of Destiny. I know. How in the light of Lomthar did you get through this dungeon, slay all the monsters, and defeat the Dark Wizard? I don't know. What the? So, you aren't a hero, are you? Nope. Well, you did just save the world. Did you want a reward or something? Not really. This never happened to me before. Me neither. This is awkward. So what normally happens at this point? Do heroes have to do anything else, or is this it? I don't, this is most unusual. Can I go home now? I second that. I would like to go home. Me too, I think it's almost dinner time. I have work in the morning, I don't want to be up late. I can tell you I was in adult mode. There are certain characters when I wrote their dialogue, I was 100% in adult mode. Yeah, he doesn't want to be up late. I'm sweaty from defeating the Dark Wizard. I want to go home and take a bath. Well, I guess that's it then. Thanks for saving the world? Okay. You are free of your heroic duties. Go now, traveler. Explore the world and witness the fruits of your labor. The world is rescued by your hand and your blade. By the light of Lomthar, may your blade stay ever true. Okay. Okay. So is that it now? Yeah, you can go now. Okay, bye, Princess Delda. Oh, wait. What is it? It's a bit late, and I don't feel like commuting back to the castle. May I stay at your village tonight? I don't feel like commuting. Okay, you can kind of tell I grew up in an area where there's a lot of commuting. There's a long drive. So there was someone in the chat earlier who said he was from San Jose. You know what the commute is. You know what the travel is. Okay, there's room at the inn. Thank you, noble hero. Oh, sorry. Well, okay, well, thank you. Okay. Cool. I want to hit that Coliseum, though. I got dudes. We're going to start doing on the channel when we do live streams. We're going to do some Coliseum runs now. We're just going to see how well we do in the Coliseum. This is my team, though. This is a pretty good team for the Coliseum. But you got to have characters. Like having befuddle is good. You can stop characters from doing certain attacks. That's work, man. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. And the Coliseum there give you infinite replay value. I'm going to turn high-res mode off, you know. Options, permadeath, you know, leave that on. Check out my badges. So, I beat the final boss without losing anybody. Prayers and ducks, everybody. Prayers and ducks. Ducks and prayers. Ducks and prayers. Beat the game with 8. If you beat it with 7, 6, 5, you know. If you have a character over a certain level, you know. You also have... So the characters that you have beat the game with, you know, so these are the characters that were in my party. Now try and beat the game, beat the final boss with other characters, and then you have the solo badges. And the solo, you don't understand. You guys don't understand how much testing I had to do. I beat the game solo with every single character. Solo. And of course I edited my save file to make their level higher, but I played through it solo with every single character. This game required an absurd amount of testing. You don't even understand. I'm going to try the game out tomorrow when I'm not so tired. Hey, thanks for hanging out, Maronyad. Awesome. Take care. Dinner time, best ending. So yeah, let's go ahead and hit up that Coliseum. But this was a hard game to test because I needed to make sure that solo worked on everybody. Okay, 72 saves, and I got 7 hours on this. We're going to go back to the Coliseum, and then I will show you the characters that we've got. Here are my characters. Actually, I'm going to heal up. I'm going to heal right on up. Hope you all get a nice rest later. Hey, we'll see you in the comment section in the next videos, and we'll see you in the next stream. Take care, Maronya. Let me put on some chill vibes. Let me put on some other... This is horror music from Silver Falls. Okay, and I'll just show you guys. There's some new characters that become available at the Coliseum. So I'll save up. I'm going to rush on over to the Coliseum. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give somebody just so I can move a little faster here. Let's see. Because high movement is actually super, super important. The priest prayers were really good. I think it was because we had that lumberjack vest, the sailor. The birder has the frilly shirt. I do want that. The cook has the green sleeves. Storyteller has the padded shirt. We might give the storyteller I think it's the what is it? This lets you move faster. The flower dress. So I'm going to give him the flower dress. And you can already tell I'm moving faster from that. Yeah, this is fast travel. You can also get the accountant who can boost your movement speed. And there are characters that can boost their own movement speed as well. So you can make the game move by super fast. Let's go ahead and get to that Coliseum there. Thanks for the coupon for my Whiplash was your last 2 videos. I feel much better now. There is a point. There is a point to doing a Papa Meat video that I'll be bringing up later in an upcoming episode. I'm going to have a discussion about art and evocation. Let's go ahead and get to that Coliseum. I'm going to ignore everything. Just drink my tea while I'm walking to the Coliseum. And you can see I'm outspeeding all the enemies now. See, they're all behind me. That flower dress, that's how you move fast, baby. I'm going to get fast. I didn't do any of these, but you guys should go in there and do them. They're really fun. Yep. My tea is ice cold. It's technically iced tea now. Okay, let's go ahead and get right up in that Coliseum there. So is anyone playing? Is there a new Yoshi game? Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. Is that it? Is that out and are people playing it? I thought I saw a. Well, I didn't think I saw. I did see a thumbnail for a review, but is the game out? Is anyone playing that? I'm not. It looks cool. Like it looks interesting. It looks artistic to me. The Yoshi thing, but that's not really the kind of game I like to play. You know what I mean? What do you guys feel about the new Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, if that's what it's called? There are if you go off the path, there's a lot more to find. There are enemies that are going to jack you up. I might give it a go. There's an item that I want to get up here. I'm gonna give it a go. I beat the game. I think we're pretty good. So we're gonna kill these. It seems interesting. It looks interesting to me. Is it out? There's an item up here that I want. I'm not sure if I picked it. Yeah, here we go. I want that. That's a Sphere of Hardiness. I will take that. Thank you. Thank you. And there's something else here that I want. Let's go ahead and just wreck this guy. The game is safer if you stay on the path, but when you explore, you're rewarded for exploring, but there are harder enemies. Can't say much. Been playing on PC most lately. I'll take this item. I went on Steam last night. This guy will jack you up. He can grab your guys and hurt you real good. So I don't want to get hurt real good. I am going to throw some oil on him. That's going to prevent him from grabbing. And I got grabbed before the oil landed. Let's go ahead and get these out. Yeah, get him. Chop him. Yeah, we got him. We got him. Oh, no, he got backup coming in. Yep, we got him. We took him down. Took him downtown. Okay, let's see if there's anything else here. Okay, I got the items. Good, good, good. Yep. Is there a world map? This is the world map. I wanted it more like a Zelda-style traversal as opposed to Final Fantasy. So the world map, you can go off the path and you can find more items. You are rewarded for going off the path. But there are also more dangerous enemies when you go off path. I'll take another Sphere of Hardiness. Remember, don't just stay on the path. Grab these. Okay. Oh, crap. I gotta oil this guy up. You gotta oil these up really quickly. So oil permanently stops them from grabbing just the one enemy. Because they can drag you into the forest. They can hurt you real good. Ducks and prayers, everybody. Ducks and prayers. Prayers up. Pray right up on that boy. Okay. If someone would mod the game, the one request I would make is you mod the game so that when you use the shout ability, it's Papa Meat shouting. He goes, hey! You know what I mean? The art style looks interesting. I'd say always good to people doing their thing and putting some unique style on their games. I've been looking for the games that have an art style that looks like someone thought about creating something interesting. I'm really sick of games that have a generic cartoon style, and I'm sick of games that have a hyper-realistic generic style. I'm just sick of looking at them. So I've been looking for games that just look different, and I've been really enjoying games that are coming from smaller studios. There's a game called Ponpu. I picked it up on the Switch. It's a type of puzzle game with action elements, and it looks isometric like Bomberman. It's adorable. It's interesting. It looks interesting. It looks different. I'm going to check back here just in case there's another Sphere of Hardiness, just in case here. Because we're in the big leagues now. We're going Coliseum. Okay. Looks like there's nothing up there. To be fair, they put a new style in almost every Yoshi game. I really like the way the new Yoshi looks. Sailor Moon is in there. Yeah, you got it. You can see actively that I'm a big Sailor Moon fan. So the character class is actually Sailor. So she sails on a boat. Her weapons are the throw hoop. So she can use a staff. So she's got a staff and a throw hoop. Staff, throw hoop. And there we go. And her special abilities are Beast Net, so she can stun the enemy for 7 seconds, and she has refreshments. Refreshments restores health, and it cures poison as well. So here are the new characters that you can use, which really sucks because I don't have space in my party, which means I have to go all the way back to town and remove some party members. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy. This is the Wrangler. In my line of work, you got to be tough. You got to handle strong animals with your bare hands. I put bear in there. You can get a real sweat worked up wrestling beasts all day. Nothing make me feel more alive than working up a sweat all day out under the summer sun, feeling the wind blow through my chest hair. That is a weird line of dialogue. I don't know. It's so weird. Why did I write that? At the end of the day, I just feel like a cold drink and a hot, hard pizza full of meat. I don't know what that means. I don't know why I wrote a hot, hard pizza full of meat. But that's in the game, so there we go. But you know, I like being around animals more than people. People will lie and cheat, you know. But animals, they are always honest. They are not complicated. Those dadgum monsters have been eating up the animals I'm supposed to wrangle up. What am I supposed to do? If all the animals disappear, I won't be able to do my job. I would miss my animals if they were all killed. I would be all alone and I would have nobody. I guess that is just the eventual end which all our lives will eventually come to. I got sad really fast. Okay, here's Goo Man. Hey, the Wrangler knows what he likes. The Wrangler likes a hot, hard pizza. He likes the wind blowing through his chest hair. Goo Man. Have you seen any heroes around? I need to ask one for help. Blue Darrow was the game, looked hella unique, and stories seemed silly, so I'll look up Blue Darrow. Have you seen any heroes around? I need to ask one for help. I awoke without memory of my past, you see. I want to return to my hidden village, but I don't know where it is. That's funny to me. Oh my god, that is so funny. I don't remember writing a lot of this because I have so much work to do. I write so much. I'm working on so many games, so I actually forgot these lines of dialogue. I'm supposed to join a hero who can help me find my hidden village. To me, I created this character I'm recalling now because I wanted this character to feel like he's meant to join your party. This guy's meant to be a party member. And so I gave him a very prototypical, I've lost my memory, can you help me find out where I belong, character archetype. As a Goo Man, it's dangerous for me to wander around. People see my appearance and think I'm a monster. Naturally, people start throwing rocks and sticks at me. They would break my bones, but I don't have any. I was hoping to do some adventuring, but I'm stuck waiting here until I find a hero. Don't you think it would be fun to do some adventuring and just wander around? If I can't find my home village, I won't be able to recover my missing memories. What kind of personality should I have? Am I a dark brooding type or a fun-loving carefree spirit? Goo Man has really good abilities too. He has a massive sword. He has like a goo boomerang. And here is a game developer. Game developer. I'm very busy with work. I make games for people to play. It's a rewarding job, but it sure is difficult. It might not be as important a job as fighting a dark wizard or monsters, but it's still a job. Do you know about the monsters here in the Battle Coliseum? They are collected from all over the world of Alta. You've probably seen all of these monsters as you traveled around the world. It's a huge world out there. Which airship do you have? I've never seen an airship, but I have seen heroes moor them next to Malata Village. My mistake, I didn't realize you weren't a hero. Most heroes already have an airship by the time they come here. Alright guys, we're going to do a Coliseum here. I'm going to show you how to grind out for fire gems. And fire gems, you use them to upgrade your summons. So we're going to make our ducks real strong. Alright? So look at my stuff here. I'm going to go to the billboard. We're going to select volcanoes. So get your character that has a catching net. Put them in front. I got my beast keeper with the catching net. And we're going to find the enemy that spawns fire projectiles. Okay, here we go. I'm not sure. Is that guy? Who does it? Oh, there it is. There it is. Once they drop that fire, go ahead and use your catching net and you can pick up them fire gems. You gotta watch out for that other one as well. That projectile can poison you, what those guys throw out. I want to leave those guys. Kill this guy here. Okay, thoughts and prayers, actually. Ducks and prayers, everyone. Ducks and prayers. Shout, stick. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, no. I have cooldown. I gotta wait for my cooldown to go away. Look at all them fire gems I could have caught. Dang, I gotta get them fire gems. Oh, look at them fire gems. I want to pick them up. I want to pick all of them up. There's a bunch of fire gems there. Okay, I'm going to pick them up. I'm going to pick that up. Okay. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, this is one way you can grind for fire gems. So if you want to have a summoner party, this is the way to make your summons stronger. Oh, that guy's got a special attack. He gonna jack me up. He gonna jack me up real good. Okay, get my healing up. Get my cool. Oh, I've lost my storyteller. Oh, look at all them fire right there. I can pick that up with my jams. I picked them up with... Oh, I'm getting jacked up real good. I'm getting jacked up real good. Okay. My party! Ducks and prayers is not working anymore. Ducks and prayers. It's over. It's over. One more. Let me gather that. Yeah, I got some last minute fire gems. I'm hurting real bad. 15. I wasn't even trying birds and prey. Birds and prayers, everybody. Phone's dying. So Tark, take care. We'll catch you. Actually, I'm gonna wrap up the stream pretty soon here because I gotta grab something to eat. So we'll go back to town and we will upgrade some of our power on our ducks here. Thanks for hanging out, So Tark. Okay, I think I've done real good. We're gonna walk back. I'm on save. Fluffy. Okay, so let's see how many fire gems I have. So that's one way that you can grind for fire gems. 71. That's a goodly sum. I made it so the fire gems you accrue them slower because they're very valuable, right? They make your summons way stronger. And there are other summoner characters in this as well. Let's go ahead and switch to our storyteller who has the ability to move faster, right? He's got the flower dress. Flower dress moves faster. Right? If we had the accountant with us, we could use the accountant's audit ability to make everyone move faster, but we don't have that. The dancer can also use dance, and you can move so fast. So we'll do that. Okay, we're going to walk back to town. Oh, Sotark. The game was called Judero, not Ludero. Okay, I'll look that up. Thanks. All right, good night, Sotark. See ya. I'll see you next time. Here we go. Do I have any, what other tracks do I have? This is from... Ooh. Oh, I'm getting hurt. I'm hurting real bad. They're hurting me. Get another summon out. I think the reason why the prayer was actually so useful was because we could use it more often. The prayer ability was actually, I balanced it so that it wouldn't be overly useful, but the reason why it's so useful, if we take a look at the equipment for the priest is wearing the lumberjack vest, and the lumberjack vest reduces cooldown on your abilities. So that's why the prayer was so good. Who would have thought? I didn't even plan that out. You know, I just put that equipment on the priest just because. But it turned out to be really, really useful in this run. Is this the hero of Density? I mean, Destiny. I think a funny parody game would be the hero of Density. Have a thumbs up for Silent Class. Hey, thanks, Jensfield. Destiny. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how you're going to level up, make your ducks stronger. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to test the strength of my ducks. We're going to go to the patch to the right of town. We're going to call out a duck. We're going to let the duck attack the enemy. We're going to see the damage output of the duck. Here we go. Walking into the field. We're going to call out our duck. Let the birder call out a duck. Go on, ducky. Get him, duck. Get him. So he's doing doing 29. That is a goodly sum of damage, dude. Yeah, you can take it as yes. Okay, so our duck is currently doing 29. Let's go ahead and enhance our duck now. So we're going to put birder in the first slot. Okay, so our luck is 21. And our fire gems, we have 71 fire gems. Let's go ahead, go to the Magi ring shop. And there's a hilarious Easter egg here. There's a typo left over. When I first started creating the game, this was one of the first buildings I created. This was one of the first signs that I programmed. And if you read the sign, it says Magi Gem. And originally, when I had first started development, the magic system was based on gems, and I thought it was a little too generic, so I changed it to Magi Ring. But I forgot to change the sign, so I have to fix that in an update. Okay, so that is the Magi Ring seller. And now we will check this. So I have my birder. This is the birder. Wearing a frilly shirt. 21. We are going to talk to the summoning Crystallium. It shimmers with mysterious warmth. Takes 20 fire gems to enhance. We'll say yes. Okay. And now... So we don't see anything on our stats. There's a hidden value to that. I'll just do it one more time and then we'll see what it does. So your summoner level is a hidden value. And the reason why I didn't display one on screen is because I wanted this to be obfuscated, because these are not summoner characters. These technically are not hero characters. So I don't want them to have a summoner stat. So our duck was previously doing 29. We're using the fire gems that we grinded out. We were actually collecting them. The final boss, one of the phantoms had fire gems, and the Colosseum battle had fire gems. So let's go ahead and get some enemies out here. We'll call out our duck. What do we got? 37! That is a big jump. So I enhance my summoner level twice, and it's gone from doing 29 damage to 37 damage. So you could have just a summoner party using the fire gems. The duck is so strong. The duck is too strong. Okay, ducks and prayers, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. I'm going to wrap up the stream. I'm going to make myself some lunch and have something to eat. So thanks, everyone. We'll just cool down. We'll just chillax for a minute while we wind down, and we're going to wrap up the stream. The duck does do destructive damage a lot. The duck is so good in this. But it doesn't start out that way. You get to make the duck powerful. That's the point, you know. Okay. Alrighty, 'twas fun. I hope everyone has a good sleep. Alright, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Jimmy Silverhand, Sven, everybody, thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy the game. I hope you have a blast. There's a bunch of secrets. There's a bunch of stuff. Play the game how you want. Try different parties. I'll just turn on HD mode again. This has been really fun. I'm going to grab something to eat. Maybe a pizza. I'm going to have a hot, hard pizza full of meat. So, destruction. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks, everyone. All right, I appreciate it. Okay, I'm not doing another episode upload today because I did the stream and then I have to go straight back to my game development work. So, all right, it's been great, everyone. The Wrangler would be proud. I'm gonna have myself a hot, hard pizza full of meat. Bye, Fluffy. See you, everyone. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you. I'll see ya. Ducks and prayers, everyone. Ducks and prayers. Ducks and prayers.